All right, hello everyone, and welcome to episode 51 of Passion Project, the speedrunning gaming variety show that encourages anyone and everyone in the speedrun and competitive gaming communities to showcase their passions in games. My name is Amber Cypher, and I will be your host for the remainder of tonight. And if you've got a passion project of your own and you want to submit it, go to gdq.gg/hotfix, find the house section near the top of the page, and click the link to submit it to the show. So whether that's grinding speedruns, learning and routing new categories, or breathing new life into a game in unconventional ways, Passion Project is the best place on Twitch to show the world what you love the most in speedrunning and gaming. I promise that I don't flub this intro on purpose every single episode, but before we get started with the showcase that we have planned for tonight, I just want to remind y'all that if you're looking to get more involved with the GDQ community, you can join the official Games Done Quick Discord and add the hotfix role to stay in the loop on upcoming events, chat with staff, and more. Use !Discord in the Twitch chat for an invite and more information on that. But tonight, here on Passion Project, I'm joined by the guy downstairs and the wonderful commentators, Phantom and Glubbers, as we showcase what The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess Any Percent looks like these days. There's been a very recent discovery in the run as well that we're hoping to show off tonight, and this run, as it is a roller coaster of sick tricks and cool tech throughout. So do make sure you stick around for it. So thank you so much, TGD, for joining me tonight. How are you doing?
I am doing pretty good. I'm very excited to show off this run. Since it was last showcased on GDQ, like Amber had mentioned, the run has changed a lot. So I'm very excited to hopefully show off all of the new tricks and the route differences. But like she said, or like they said, alongside me, I have Phantom and Glubbers. So if you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves a little bit.
No.
Okay. Well.
All right, Phantom said no. I'm Glubbers. I run 3D Zelda games, and I have run Twilight Princess for about 5 years. I'll introduce Phantom for them since they said no. They're Phantom. They also run Twilight Princess, but they mostly run a bunch of things, like they're well known for Mega Man Battle Network.
It's true.
That's the thing that I'm well known for. But I run TP all dungeons mostly, and excited to see how TGD does tonight with all the new cool things.
Hopefully fast. But if everybody's got all the stuff they need to say at the beginning, I'd say we should be ready for a countdown if you are ready. I will go on goes. So 3, 2, 1, go. So the start of TP Any Percent is different than a lot of games. We get control of the game basically right away, 9 seconds into the run, which if you're an MM runner, this is a dream come true for you. So, you know, if you like playing games and actually not watching cutscenes, TP is the run for you. If one of you guys wants to try and explain back in time while I try to wrestle with this gate a little bit.
All right, so we're going to do the first trick. It's going to be called Gate Clip, which we clip through a gate. Stupid easy. It's self-explanatory. Then we're going to do a trick called Back in Time. Basically, we're going to reset on the same frame that we void out, which makes Link respawn on the title screen. In Twilight Princess, you've probably seen that in Skyward Sword if you've ever seen something that Jim does, Gymnast. But it works differently in Twilight Princess. In Twilight Princess, basically all we're doing is we're taking what the devs associated on the file screen to play their little cinematics and saving that file onto one of the files that we can actually access, file 1. That gives us a ton of different things like random flags, fake equipment, and really broken stuff. So, yeah, Guy got it there pretty quickly. It is frame perfect, but there's a nice little safe setup that you can do for it. And one of those flags is because the little cinematic trailer that plays after you see Link go across the Elden Bridge on the title screen is in South Farron. It spawns us in South Farron with fake hero's clothes, fake Orden sword, fake Hylian shield, and nothing's real.
Yep. You see, I'm wearing it. It doesn't exist. It is a figment of your imagination. Which
the lantern's real, though.
Yeah, the lantern is real because we just picked it up.
And the fact that they don't exist is going to be very important in give or take 10 minutes or so.
Yep. The first bit of the run is largely comprised of a very glitched out and broken version of the intro sequence, where all of those flags that I mentioned are going to be relevant in one way or another. So this first bit is actually not relevant to that at all. If you just get out of the gate like Guy did, regardless of if he had done back in time or not, we can go over here, grab a small key, and go free Talo, because you're not actually supposed to be out of the gate until it's time to go save Talo. So he's just always there from the beginning. So we're going to do that first, then we're going to do some goats, and then we're going to immediately break a lot of things because of the opponent tamed flag. Phantom, do you want to explain the opponent tamed flag? It takes a while.
One of the flags on the title screen is the opponent tamed flag. If you're comparing this to like a glitchless speedrun, you tame Epona after clearing the Elden Twilight as part of the story, and that's by having tamed Epona, you can ride Epona back to Ordon Village, and that's when you're supposed to get Iron Boots. But since Epona is already tamed, Bo is in his house, and you can just get Iron Boots. That's a pretty short summary, but it does a lot of things.
Yeah. Guy, who is Talo, and why are we saving him? What's going on?
So Talo is actually the mayor of the state of Kansas, and he was taken by some monkeys. No, Talo in the story is there's a group of 3 or 4 kids. I think it's 4 kids, and casually in the game, he sees this little monkey that's been terrorizing the village, basically. And so he sees the monkey, goes to chase after her, blah, blah, blah. But like Globbers had mentioned, Talo is just also always in the cage. He exists in a constant state of trapped until you save him, even at the start of the game when he is clearly in the village. So we go there and we just basically save the child from the clutches of the bokoblins.
So I would like to adjust just one thing that you said there. You said that Talo's the mayor of Kansas, when actually it appears that is a man named Quentin Lucas.
Same thing. Sorry. He changed his name when he grew older.
Ah, okay, I see.
No,
Thank you for the clarification.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
These are goats. TGD is going to herd 20 of them. Exactly.
We're gonna try.
We are going to try. Sometimes goats are
It's
behaving.
fine. Yeah, this is fine. This is a
They're
perfectly reasonable goats.
If you don't get a 20, you get okay. You got a 21.
Oh my God.
Why'd you hurt the extra one?
Sorry, I had extra goat. My bad. Because clearly that's the counting timer for how many goats I have, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why
else would there be a timer?
Milligoats up to full goats.
That's probably the smoothest I've ever seen goats go.
Yeah.
They can
That's
go
about
pretty.
right.
They can be pretty bad, but that was perfectly fine.
Yeah, there is a clip out there of Globbers. Just it starts with being at like about a minute in, which is way beyond where you want, and there's a single goat, and he's just yelling, "Turn!" And that's how it starts, and the rest of that clip is a absolute riot.
Oh, I love that clip because one, like they said, it starts out after things have been going wrong for clearly a while already.
Oh, yeah.
And 2, immediately after it ends, someone had asked why I reset, and I was just like, what?
Oh my god.
I don't know why. Yeah, but
Anyway,
is Bo.
this
He's
is
basically
Bo.
glorified rock,
Yeah.
paper, scissors, except for
Yeah.
phase 1, he has an extra
Yeah.
option, so
Yeah, he has 4 options, and you can beat 2 of them with a slap.
okay.
Yep. So phase 1, there's a 50% chance that a slap works, and then there is the ability to one cycle bow if you're fast enough. It's a little bit rough to actually do it consistently, but we'll see if TGD can get it here in phase 2, where he now has a 25% chance for a slap to work. And he gets perfect RNG. Nice.
Yeah, you can't ask for too much of a better bow when it comes to a no reset. He gave me basically perfect RNG. I just kind of flubbed the mashing a little bit on the start there.
Yeah, no big deal.
I mean, I'll take a 725 boots for a no reset.
Actually, this is in French. Those are... I don't know how to pronounce French, so I apologize. Boats de fur. Are they called, like, boots with fur? Is that what that is? Oh, ER, not UR. Fair, I guess. Yeah, like Ferris.
Also, so you noticed that I had no saves, even though I obviously saved earlier on in the run. This game, we allow memory card strats, which you basically just swap out memory cards between saves. And what that does is saving over a fresh file is a little bit faster than having to like select the S prompt to save over an existing one. So by always saving over a new file, you can save roughly 4 seconds over the course of a run. So
yeah,
just so you don't think I'm doing any
4
trickery.
seconds over the course of a run by constantly swapping out your memory card for a fresh one. Which is just really funny.
Luckily, we do allow like 8-in-1 memory cards, so we can just kind of press a button to switch it out. But just the idea of, I wish I had 8 like regular memory cards.
8 memory cards just like on your desk. This trick is very important, by the way.
Yeah, this is called Box Breaker.
Yep.
Oh no, Run's dead.
Oh no, Run's dead.
Can we reset?
Fan, do you want to explain the implications of Box Breaker and why the run's just dead?
Yeah, since TGD, you can break that box before the cutscene actually starts playing, and that saves 3 frames. Without those 3 frames, we can't continue the run. We're going to have to do some backups here.
Yeah, by pulling that chain as part of the backup. Basically, the next 3 hours is a backup, so...
Yeah. Man,
hopefully
imagine
less
if there
than
was
3
a
hours.
credits warp that required box break. That would be stupid.
We can no longer say it saves 3 frames.
Yeah, I like saying it saves 3 frames.
Realistically, it saves more RTA because like 3 frames assumes perfect movement out of the cutscene.
We're speedrunners. We move perfectly all the time. What are you talking about?
Oh.
Yeah.
No one has ever performed suboptimally in a... Getting hit by the squeeble as I said that is hilarious.
That was just perfect timing. Thanks, Weeble.
Throwing for content. Ow.
Yeah, this is the sewers, and then we're going to be going to sewers 2, which is on the rooftops shortly. There's not a whole lot to talk about here, but...
What are you talking about? This is Falling Rock text skip, the thing with a longer name than it takes to perform the trick.
it skips some text. And TG also got Midna TD, which saves, what, like a second?
Sure.
Half. I think it's half.
Yeah,
I just know it's faster.
Rounded up to a second.
Works for me.
Sure. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So continuing the trend from The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker, where you had ropes be the absolute worst thing in the game, ropes are also the worst thing in the game.
I just
Twilight
really like this
Princess.
rope, so I'm doing it again.
Exactly.
I failed to press Z, apparently.
Do you want to do it a third time? You could go back.
No, I'll be back here later.
Oh yeah, when we get into Sewers 3.
But I haven't gotten a single one-framer.
Please get this one.
Okay.
It was because I said please.
You're welcome.
That is a reminder for everyone in chat. Be polite. Especially to your speed games.
Oh yeah. The speed games know when you're trash talking them. Don't worry.
I'm gonna put this theory to the test at this next trick, and if I fail it, I'm going to blame it on all of you guys and not my lack of ability. Okay?
Sounds good to me. We've got a trick called Sword and Shield Skip coming up, which another implication of not having that real sword and shield. Remember, those sword and shield on our back aren't real. Means that the game doesn't actually, it checks our inventory and doesn't see that they're there. So we can't go into Farron, but at the same time, because we did back in time and saved that file, there is no sword and shield for us to go get. So, sounds like a soft lock. There's exactly one way out of the soft lock, and it's going to be with our friend Hugo. Hugo is a bold one. There's two ways. There is a second way that totally exists and isn't made up by Guy right now.
It's called resetting your game and playing casually.
True.
Anyway.
This is Hugo. Hugo is in French spelled as that is a first name, last name, Hugh space go. So remember that is a different name than the normal Hugo. But we're going to play Leapfrog. We're basically going to attack him, and then he's going to bounce away, and then we're going to attack him with good timing again, and we'll leapfrog over him into an air trigger, which is a trigger that will activate the Enter Farron while we're not touching the ground, going over a ground trigger, which would activate if we touched the ground, where Midna says, "We're thick." So this is thick skip.
Really?
Impossible.
Impossibly. That was surprised me, honestly.
That kind of surprised me too. That said, Sword and Shield Skip is a very, very difficult trick. Not getting it first try is pretty expected. Not like expected, but it's very much so a big gating trick for beginners, so not getting it first try is not out of the question at all for any runner of any level. All we have to do is just try it again, though. We can try it infinitely as long as we don't kill Hugo.
We also had a question in chat about why the French version, which I know that there's there's a very specific reason for it.
You may have noticed if you've watched Twilight Princess runs in the past, especially at like SGDQ a couple years ago, typically you'd be picking up rupees right now while luring Hugo along. But we're not going to do that because we're French. And that's the main reason. We'll get to that later in more detail.
It is not due to any load times or anything. It is a very specific thing.
What in the world?
And that happens, and I've never understood why that happens sometimes. I'll be totally real.
You just like get the LJA off of him somehow. Just like randomly get LJAs off of Hugo, and I don't. Let's just be like a specific position of where you're standing, and I'm gonna get a heart just for the sake of it. Yeah. Just like where you're standing versus where Hugo is.
Yeah, so this is infinitely retryable. This is the only way into Farron currently, but it's infinitely retryable. There is infinitely respawning hearts as long as we don't kill Hugo. If we kill him, he won't respawn. We can void out and retry and just get a heart to replace the one we lost from voiding.
So if we were to do something like all permanent flags, would killing Hugo be required?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not certain of that, because one thing that I do know is the bubbles for PGS, the new trick that we're going to do later, they don't respawn if you void after you've killed them, but they do respawn if you game over. So I don't know if Hugo respawns if you game over. I've never tried game overing after failing Sword and Shield Skip.
Bro. Okay.
There we go.
There it is.
It is what it is. Yeah, that trick can go. There are a lot of ways that it can work, but there are a lot more ways that I can fail. So,
yep.
Sometimes you'll get weird fails where you're just completely unsure as to why it failed. And that first one I was a little confused on. The second one, I think it's just specific positioning of both you and Hugo, because And you do get an LJA off of that, so.
But that said, we're through, and it's not exactly the biggest deal to, get it third try. It is, again, a very, very difficult skip. If anybody out there is ever learning, maybe somebody watching is in the learning process right now, that is not something to be discouraged by. There's plenty of resources, but it is also just something you kind of have to bang your head into until it works.
Yeah, it's considered to be one of the biggest gatekeepers when it comes to learning this run. With certain practice tools nowadays, it's not as big of a gatekeeper because you can just kind of come back to it at a later date and learn the rest of the run, but it's still very difficult to learn, especially if you're not used to like wolf controls, because unlike human movement where, say if you want to do a side hop, you can just like press A and a direction on the same frame, you actually have to be holding a direction for at least a frame to get something other than a jump attack as wolf. So that can kind of make trick like sword and shields get more difficult if you're like tense with the trick, for an example. So it's wolf movement in this game is just generally kind of awkward.
So I see someone in chat asking if we actually get the sword and shield at any point. So we're actually on our way that leads well into this next thing that we're doing, which is we're going to do a trick called Early Master Sword. We're going to go get a real sword, and it's called the Master Sword. So after this room that we're in right now, we'll do what's called a super jump using our friend, the Shadow Beast named Jamal, who will land us out of bounds, let us get to Sacred Grove early, and we'll be getting the real Master Sword there. As far as the shield goes, no. That just stays fake. But it functions.
Yeah. I mean, it's good enough.
Yeah.
It's Schrodinger's shield, really.
But I can see it.
So.
Yeah, so
this is the
left Shadow Beast is a Jamal, and we're going to be trying to put him in a very specific spot and hope for a particular swing. He has a couple different attacks he can do. Nice, easy. And then we're just going to run.
That is another trick that can really hold up beginners for a while. It's less difficult than EMS or than Sword and Shield skip for most people, but getting it that quickly is very, very nice. It is also RNG, so we also just got good RNG there.
I've been wondering for the longest time, why is that Shadow Beast called Jamal?
Somebody at some point named him that.
I should have opened this beforehand, but because this is a TP showcase. So we like naming things. Someone want to talk about this while I find the compendium?
Oh no, here we go.
It's
we have
pinned in the
names for
Discord
like
in general, I think.
there's names for just about everything that every enemy that can like be annoying, basically. Some exception. I don't think there's a few enemies that I don't think have names, even though they are in annoying spots. But generally, it's any enemy that or NPC that you typically run across in a speedrun and gets in your way in some way or another.
As for why, I don't really have a good answer there, other than the TP community names a lot of things. Like, sometimes speedrunners will name an especially annoying NPC or enemy or something that doesn't have a name that they interact with a lot in the speedrun, right? For some reason, the TP community does it a lot. Jamal was named in 2014 by Zelu, otherwise known as Barcodes.
The fact that there is a compendium is fantastic.
It's called the Little Guy Spreadsheet. It's great.
The little guy spreadsheet? Oh my god, it's perfect.
Isn't it Willow that has it?
Yeah, it's Willow's. They're the one who originally put it together. I don't know how long ago. There's a lot of stuff on here. I mean, technically, all of the goats that we heard in all 20 have names.
Oh no.
They were named in 2018 by Thursday.
Yeah, there's like an image floating around her out there that just has little names by each little goat.
Yeah, it's Ricardo, Claude, Lee, Dean, Julian, Wilbur, Joe, Eric, Ted, Roland, Doug, Hubert, Stewie, Dwayne, Matthew, Jay, Adam, Carl, Alex, and Nate.
I love all of them. Julian's such a powerful name.
Julian's a really powerful name.
I think he's a king, perchance.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're referencing, don't mind me.
I would hope a lot of people do.
Same.
Penguins of Madagascar, for anyone that doesn't. A good movie and a less good TV show. I think I named the TV show, I'll be real.
Yeah, that's a TV show. It's just Madagascar for the movie. Also, that was the Skull Kid fight. It really does consist of killing at least one puppet as fast as you can. Which, as far as RTA goes, you just want to kill just one. Because for every enemy you hit, there's a 5-frame hit sound effect, where the game actually just stops for 5 frames. And then, in like a tasking standpoint, which is kind of annoying, it's actually RNG how long it takes for the puppet to explode. And the timer for Skull Kid to blow his horn does not start until the puppet has actually like exploded.
Oh yeah. Guy, you've actually tasked this game.
I did.
You want to talk about that for however long you want to talk about tasking?
Also, has anyone ever made the Qbert connection to this screen that we're on right now?
No, not until just now. What?
Okay. Yeah, no, it just looks like a bad game of Qbert. Sorry. Sorry to interrupt. I was just looking at this and was having flashbacks of having to play like a really bad version of Qbert for retro achievements this year, and I was like, "Oh God, the horror! Why is it here?"
I see it. I see it. I've just never heard anyone make that connection.
Oh God, I might be dating myself too. Anyways, I'm much more interested in this task than reliving Qbert.
Yeah, so about a year ago now, I started the glitchless task at the start of September of 2024. I did a Twilight Princess No Save and Quit, which is basically it's a legacy category at this point. Not very many people run it. Essentially, when TP or in speedrunning in general was on SDA, single segmented no save and quit runs were more common.
Oh my God!
At that point, so. And I wanted to do a full game task, and that was the only like main full game task category that hadn't been done yet. So I worked on that, and I think I spent 7 months to make the task, and then it was showcased in May of this year. And it was a very long but interesting process. I actually learned a lot more about this game through the task, and I've like incorporated a lot of it into how I actually run this game, just like RTA stuff and basic knowledge. So it was a fun project, and it took a very long time, like hundreds of hours put into the task. So if anybody wants to watch
SDA.
it, the one with commentary is on Gymnast's channel. Otherwise, I have this I just had the one without commentary on mine. So that is where anyone who's interested can go and watch it.
That is very sick.
Okay.
Reach back is a lot. It's very cool.
Oh God, yeah, no, like people mention SDA. I remember the days of SDA.
I had to check and confirm SDA, Speed Demos Archive, for anyone that doesn't know the acronym, is also just still the Twitch team that the GDQ channel is on.
Yes. Also, someone had mentioned the tasked post skip that they had seen on Reddit not too long ago and was asking, is there any estimate on that being actually possible? And Glubbers mentions in chat, of course, like it will be performed in this run and was tasked only for about a day.
Around
the time that I reached out to TGD to do this run, which was like over a month ago, I was like, yo, do you want to do September 19th for my show? And then, like, maybe about a week later, if that, like, by the way, this was found.
Yep.
And I'm like, well, at least we've got plenty of time for it to hopefully get labbed out.
It weirdly happens when TP has showcases. Like, if you graph when we find tricks relative to when there's a showcase on, like, GDQ, it's weirdly consistent to be just before or just after the showcase.
Oh, yeah. Like
This current route is Empty Lake Hylia. It was found the week of SGDQ 23, which was when we had any percent on. We didn't showcase it because it was during the event.
Mm-hmm.
And Alberto
Oh my God.
learned the bomb duping for that run, because that was learned like we learned that like the week before or something. Or it was like the day before or something that we did all the bomb duping stuff.
Yeah, there was a lot that went into hey, this is a fun thing to talk about. So Twilight Princess is arguably not as much. This year's been a great year for TP finding stuff, but has historically been arguably starved for time save. This is an any percent run that's 3 hours long. The next longest 3D Zelda run is just over an hour.
which one is that? Is that Skyward?
Skyward Sword is 107 by everybody's favorite Samurai Cat VTuber, Thunderbolt.
Okay.
And by everybody's favorite, I think I'm the only one that mentions him with some amount of regularity. He's a Japanese runner who does not really speak English. So, anyways, we're doing Back in Time.
Every time I hear Back in Time, I just think of the Sonic R song of the same name.
I just noticed the inflection that I put on the phrase back in time, thanks to Pippi, who uses a different inflection than I used to. But now I've talked to her for so long. She's great.
Shout outs to Pippi in a top hat.
Yeah, shout outs to Pippi in the Top Hat, who was the host for Midnaland's any percent run at Fatales this last weekend. How long ago was that? Time is meaningless.
8 days ago.
It's like, what is time?
Yeah, the use of Back in Time there was to do a trick known as Back in Time Equipped, which essentially what it did is it gave us the properties of the title screen, which the important thing was the boss flag, Nancy.
Oh yeah, this is Nancy. The other one's name is Jonathan, the one that we killed.
Okay, well, at least the nut killed her. A lot of times, especially if she's moving or turning, she has a really weird hitbox, and it's easy to just miss it. And then, or I think like the nut hits the wall before it hits Nancy is what happens.
That sounds right based on how it behaves.
Yeah, it's the speed of the nut is such that it can go through Nancy in a less than a frame and connect on the back wall instead of on her.
Incredible.
It can tank a lot of time and make you very sad, especially if the nut breaks and she doesn't want to cooperate, because you're just sitting on the wall for God knows how long.
Nice job not killing your run on the rope there.
I got that hop. I got a weird little hop on the stairs because flat stair collision is weird in this game in certain spots.
Oh, yeah. This is Ook. We didn't name this one.
Yeah, it's just his name. We could be here for 3 hours. It's possible.
Yep.
Oh,
we were not.
Okay.
We were here for 3 hops instead.
We got the statistically most likely option.
Yeah. Starting from the second hop that Ook does, it's literally a coin flip every single time. Mm-hmm. It could go forever.
This is going to give us the boomerang, which is... Most people say it's their favorite item because it's their favorite item reasonably because it lets us do the cool trick. It's my favorite item because it's the only one in the game that's possessed by a fairy and it's never mentioned again.
Wait, really?
Yep.
That's what that text is. That is the Fairy of the Winds that makes this the Gale Boomerang. No other item talks.
Oh my god.
It's like I think it is. I have nothing other than that being the evidence of it. But I see it as like an early game design choice that was abandoned.
It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know too much about the development of Twilight Princess, but
Oh my goodness.
that would not surprise me at all.
Yeah, I could see like the first 3 dungeons especially being like, oh, these are like fairy dungeons because it's, you know, Farron, Eldon, Lanayru.
Yeah, but like from a design perspective, then, all right, we're in Goron Mines. This is the bow of water.
It's the hero's bow.
But what element is it?
Fire.
Maybe, yeah, if they have like fire arrows at some point in development.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. You can definitely get away with that one. But what about the claw shot? What's it going to do?
The fairy of the claw.
The claw.
The alien of the claw.
Just a Toy Story alien appears.
Also, we didn't mention it, but we don't have to do Fair and Twilight. Since we have the boomerang, we can just do an LJA to get past the trigger where Minda tells you to go back. So that is why we just completely ignored all the bugs there.
That was our first instance of a boomerang LJA, which we'll be seeing a lot of. You basically have the boomerang, throw it, don't break your target, and if the target is either out of bounds or over collision higher than Link, Link will go wee at variable speeds up to a cap.
Yeah,
Now,
LJA stands for long jump attack.
Yes. Now I said boomerang LJA. The actual first instance of a long jump attack was when we did leapfrog over Hugo. Enemy LJAs are way worse. But they
Unless
exist.
they're over a void. Unless they're over a void, then they're pretty straightforward then.
Unless they're over a void. Shoutouts to Keese LJA. Someone in chat is also asking about the magic bar early in development. There's a magic bar very late in development to the point that it's on the back of the box of most copies of the game on Wii.
Oh, wow.
So coming up, we're gonna have a very annoying one frame trick, known as Gorge Void. Basically, after I kill these 3 Shadow Beasts, there's gonna be 1 frame where I can input a jump attack, and that will cause me to void out, hence the name. And all it really does is saves about a minute on backtracking. If you fail Gorge Void, you just have to backtrack here after going. You have to backtrack back to Eldon an extra time. Is all that the time really saves.
Yeah. Nicely done.
Whee!
Saves a minute over not doing it
Yep.
is one of the most annoying tricks in my mind because it's unbufferable. You just kind of press the A button on a random frame. and you
Unbufferable
can't-
on SD. It's free on HD.
It is free on HD where you can input buffering is a thing that just happens because the HD controls suck.
Get ready for super long rupee text. And
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Love the French language.
yeah, for some reason, the rupee text, it just stays, it's just like not clearable for a much longer time than it is in any other language. French would be a lot faster if it wasn't for that text, as well as some other weird text examples that we'll see later on in the run. But that was Gorge Skip. So Gorge Void was the first part of it. And then we did rupee roll to use a yellow rupee to get onto the fence, which then in this game, any text over a value of 1, so blue, yellow, whatever, so on. On the first time after a save, you're going to get text box like, hey, you got X number of rupees, congratulations. But we can use that to stop our trajectory from an LJA to land on the fence, and then do a roll to land on the opposite side of it, as you saw me do. Then from there, we just do not too precise bit of movement to side hop across to get to a point where an LJA will clear a fence. And then that allows us to come get the vessel. But we need to go back because we actually need to hit that trigger. At least RTA, we need to hit the trigger because we need map warping, which you only get from hitting the force warp.
Yeah, so just because it's been a little bit, I'll reiterate again, this is Twilight Princess any percent. Any percent means that we need to get map warping. The only RTA way to skip map warping requires beating Temple of Time, and that can be seen in an all dungeons run very readily. That is how that route functions and why it's actually quite a bit different from the any percent route. But again, this is an any percent run, which means we're French and we like warping with the map.
Yeah, in a task, you would actually just get map warping and do instance of universal map delay for it's about 3-ish seconds or so, which do UMD, you are delaying the map by alternating between A and B frame perfectly. So you can kind of see why it's not RTA viable.
Yeah, it takes like upwards of 100 frames, if not more.
Yeah,
Go ahead and try.
I don't remember how many. I don't know how many it is for sure because I just used turbo when I tasked it, and that made it easy. But
the number in my mind is around 180, which would be 6 seconds. But regardless, you feel so compelled, go ahead and try. Record it with a hand cam and show yourself doing it. I'll pay $100.
The gauntlet has been thrown down.
No one's ever doing that.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait until, 3-5 years from now. It's like, about that thing I said a few years ago. I had to pay out.
If someone does it, I would pay $100 for that.
Yeah.
that's gonna be gymnast in 50 years when someone finally does small key skip.
Oh my god.
So there is an actual bounty for a trick called Small Key Skip in City in the Sky that Gymnast 86 has a bounty of $100, $150, something like that.
That's $100
for anyone to do it with the conditions set forth by any percent, which is not using things like hidden skills. We have ways to do it with hidden skills. If you can actually do it, the man will pay you.
And I think QWERTY is actually matching another 100. So if you want a couple $100, I mean,
yeah, just find a way.
Yeah, just bang your head against that proverbial wall for a long while.
Yeah. I don't know why, but the way that you said a few $100 or a couple $100 made me think of Portal 2, the specific cutscene with Cave Johnson. Not even cutscene, it's like a gameplay sequence where he's talking about offering people a few $100 for the experiments. Is this a reach that anyone here gets?
It's been a decade since I played Portal 2.
It's also been a decade since I played Portal 2. But
yep.
It was a game that I liked playing and is technically the first way that I ever speedran because I couldn't play anything but Portal 2. It was the only game available to me for a month.
Oh no.
So I played it a lot. It was our Xbox broke in a weird way. The eject button wasn't working.
So was just Portal 2 stuck in there?
Yeah. It's behind me. It might still be in there.
Nice.
Next time you visit your family, go check it out for us. We need an update as soon as you can.
Visit my family. It's behind me. I can reach it.
Oh, well, Next time you visit your own office, I guess.
Next time you're home.
Not this time, but next time.
Yeah.
Also, walls are kind of a suggestion in this game. Doing this clip, I think it saves. I've heard 6 seconds. I've heard 8 seconds. I've heard 12 years. I don't know.
12 years seems accurate.
It's
is my favorite.
a positive integer number of seconds. That's what we'll go with.
It's my favorite one because the order that it was told to be in was like not the one you would expect, where it either saves less or more time progressively. It was like, first it saved 6 seconds. I said that for a little while. Then I was told it saves 12 seconds. So I said that for a little while. Then I was told it saved 8 seconds. And I'm just like, what? How did we lose the 4 seconds?
It's like, where did they go?
That's the age-old question, isn't it? Whenever I lose time, where did it go?
True.
In me, when I'm hyper focused on something, I look and it's like 7 p.m. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give this like another 20 minutes. I look up again, it's 11 p.m.
That was me today. I looked up at the clock and it was like noon, and then I like sat back up after doing something, and it was like 4:45 p.m.
Oh, time is a made-up concept.
That it is.
I've been waking up at 7 a.m. against my will.
Oh.
Who's making you wake up at 7?
My body is just doing it.
Oh no. I've been doing the opposite. I went to bed last night at like 4 a.m. I woke up at 11.
Yeah, no, that, for me, it was, what was it, like 5 a.m., wake up at like 1:30. That's like my usual hours when my body's doing like normal things, which is, I don't care what people say, that's my normal time.
That's been mostly me for a few years, so like I get it.
I mean, like, I've been pretty nocturnal my whole life, so I'm not surprised I'm still like this.
Yeah, so we had a long jaunt through Lanayru. Not a whole lot happened. We went out of bounds for a little bit. We killed an enemy, and that was about it. And the whole reason we did that was to just get this warp portal, because we're gonna need it later, and we're gonna need to warp a rock to Zora's domain at some point. So
yeah, we skipped the Fair and Twilight. So we need to do the Lanayru Twilight as well as beat Lake Bed Temple in order to get to Arbiter's Grounds, which is a dungeon that we absolutely have to get to and clear to beat the game. So in order to get to Lanayru Twilight at all, in order to do it, you need to clear Elden Twilight. So we're doing that currently.
yeah, this game has a long list of dependencies, and is a big reason why TP is as long as it is. Because there are just certain things you can't get out of doing, but we've found other ways to do it faster, or like skip certain aspects within a larger section of a run. Like, for example, the Pogate skip, saves multiple minutes just because it skips half a dungeon.
Exactly. Yeah, a lot of the other Zelda games, like we had mentioned, Skyward Sword is the next shortest any percent. Plenty of them can do like all dungeons in an hour and a half for Ocarina of Time. Less than that, it's actually under an hour 10 now. They all have all of these weird categories that can just be done so much faster, and TP just sits here like, yep, any percent's 3 hours. I mean,
I think record is a 246.06 now is record, which is just ridiculous for this game.
See, like,
so it's gonna drop by even more.
Yeah, like, I'm from a time where like an hour-long run was considered a like short run. And these days, like, and like, I feel like Zelda games are like the one series that has like maintained that old standard, because I see people now complaining when a run's an hour long. Like, I don't want to learn that. That's long. And I'm like, mind you, I've run like Sonic Adventure 2 180 emblems, which like, and I've run the GameCube version, which is load time hell. Ooh. And like, I've done like a 14-hour speed run because, you know, I'm not the best SA2 runner ever. And even on PC, that runs like 9 hours, I think. I don't remember what the record is now, but it's just like, no, that's a long run. 3 hours. 3 hours is nothing. 1 hour is nothing. What do you mean 1 hour is a long run? But if you are one of those people who thinks anything longer than an hour is long, go watch Express Lane, by the way. That's for runs on an hour or less.
Yeah, you get to see a ton of runs on Express Lane because they got a lot of things going on. They were on this last week.
Yeah.
They're every other Tuesday, correct?
I believe so. I will double check that because time is a concept that is very foreign to me. And so is days of the weeks. Because I sit there and say, when's your show, Amber? And I'm like, every other Friday, most of the time. Because sometimes I'm on Thursdays. Because we'll have other events like Fatales or even other upcoming events that will completely uproot a Friday and I get moved to a Thursday. Yes, it is every other Tuesday, by the way. The 10 p.m. slot, just like this show.
Well, we even have another one of those events this next weekend, don't we?
Yeah, actually, we have. So, coming up this weekend is going to be... Wait, is it this weekend?
It's
the following weekend. Yeah, in a week. So we actually have our 4th annual Latin American Heritage Month celebration. That is coming soon. If you join us September 27th and 28th for showcases and speedruns featuring Latin American and Hispanic runners, that's going to be presented by Latinas and Hispanics in speedrunning. You can type !LHS in chat to join that community, or !LATAM, LATAM, for the full schedule and let us know what you're hyped to see. I'm excited to see that event come through. And if you ever want to catch up on past events like the Latin American showcases that we've done, or even Frame Fatales, if you want to go watch Minolin's run of Twilight Princess from Fatales this past week, you can go to our YouTube over at youtube.com/gamesdonequick and also catch up on past Hotfix shows. So if you're watching this on YouTube, by the way, you should definitely like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, ring the bell, all that good stuff, and you can stay up to date with GDQ that way.
Yeah, the one that I'm most hyped for Latam, or however it's supposed to be pronounced, I really don't know, is Morph's run. Morpheus is running Majora's Mask, all masks. We're all friends of Morph's here. At least Phantom and I are.
Yeah, I've known Morph for over 4 years.
I've known Morph for about 4 years.
Yeah, that is actually the closer of the event as well. On the 28th, so that's going to be really cool.
How long is all Masters as a run?
2.5 hours.
Oh, that's not
I believe his estimate's 2:30. The record is like 2:12, but that run is extremely volatile because it doesn't even really show on like live split, because it all depends on like the in-game time. How much time do you have to go from A to B to get this mask, that mask, do this quest, that quest? That it's very volatile just in that.
Yeah, the time cycle absolutely can, like, you do something slightly wrong and you're starting to run behind on the time cycle. It's like, uh-oh. It's like, there goes that part of that estimate.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite Majora's Mask run to watch, though, personally. So that's one reason I'm super hyped for it.
I love all masks. It's a very chill run. It's a lot like Twilight Princess is such a, like, even any percent Twilight Princess is such a chill run to watch with tons of cool tech. Like, y'all have different degrees of experience with Twilight Princess. Because, like, I'm coming from the perspective where my partner just picked this up, like, right after, like, immediately after SGDQ. Like, he ran nothing but 2D Zeldas or 2D games in general, and this is his very first 3D speedrun, and I'm like, what in the world are you doing choosing Twilight Princess any percent as your first 3D game to run? Like, sitting there running a 3-hour speedrun. But it's been a really interesting perspective to witness, because like I'm a 3D person myself. Like I love 3D speedruns or games in general. So I also run 2D stuff here and there, but like going from one to the other can be a huge tonal whiplash.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I started running. We had a little bit of. Some people were joking that Tej and I were swapping games because I've run TP for about 5 years, about as long as Guy has. And then also right after SGDQ, I went, all right, I'm gonna go run Minish Cap now.
I did see that, yeah.
And then I started getting accepted to every event under the sun, so I paused that. But Minish Cap's a very fun run. That whiplash is very real, though.
Yeah. Like having to worry about like pixel perfect like positioning, whereas like 3D has its own setups, but it's like it feels almost like less precise in a way, while still needing to be just as precise. It's so weird, like to go from like I know how to run Sonic 2, but I also know how to run Sonic Adventure 2, and like setting up for strats for that are very different experiences.
And then you have the other side of that. Nice. Gamer side hop.
Very nice.
That side hop saves 5 seconds. It's ridiculous how much time that one saves.
It's equivalent to Gorge Void, but at 5 seconds versus.
It's the Gorge Void of this segment, because I mean it's a 2-minute segment, so I think it's like proportionally it's Gorge Void for this segment.
But yeah, like I learned that subpixels are a real thing. I thought people were lying because what does that mean?
Oh no, we're not kidding.
Yeah.
Like as a Sonic runner, they are very real.
Pixels look the same, but you're not in the same position. Oops.
Yay.
It's like floating points in like Link's Awakening Switch that determines whether or not you get the Hinox skip you're looking for.
Oh, we will have some floating point precision for the Pogate skip.
We sure will.
And plenty of RNG.
And
Plenty of RNG.
Welcome to Linear Twilight, by the way. This is everybody's favorite segment. There's a whole lot of action-packed things that are going to be going on, like hitting that bug. All right, we're going to do that about 16 more times.
Oh boy!
There is exactly one trick.
There's a couple cool things that TGD is doing. Like he is pressing the A button to dash with Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Hey, are you gonna do Hylia Hop?
No. My name was not Simikins or Glubbers, so I will not be doing Hylia Hop.
Hylia Hop is a trick right after this cutscene. You start the setup for it, and you can skip. So basically, you do a setup where you run along this, not in the way that he's doing right now, and instead of jumping onto this rock right here, you would just jump onto this rock directly. It saves a couple of seconds, less than 2, and if you fail it, you lose 30.
Wow! Those are my favorite skips in speedrun.
That's not to mention, this segment has so much RNG, you're not going to save 2 seconds consistently because of the RNG.
And we are getting to the best RNG very soon.
I love this comment.
Waterfall side hop RNG.
I love this comment. The Wii U version should have added more bugs.
They removed bugs.
Yeah.
I think there's only like 12 or something in the Wii U version. Maybe 10.
Less than a second. Thank you. Thank you to Madamja, the runner who knows a lot about this game and runs the Wii version.
Ah, nice RNG. There you go.
Yeah. RNG. Everything is RNG in this game. Let's be real. Okay.
That actually was RNG. Why not?
And so are lily pad bugs, which luckily we're not on the Wii 1.0 version, because if you kill a bug and it lands in water, it sinks all the way to the bottom.
Before it disappears?
Like
before it will turn into the tier, and then the tier comes all the way back up.
Oh my god.
Which
I want to know who greenlit that.
If you're the Wii 1.0 version is actually the most broken version of the game. It's just the fact that it doesn't have boomerang LJAs is the reason it's not the fastest version. If it had boomerang LJAs, it would be super fast, but
I mean, the run is under 3 hours. There's been one sub 3 hour Wii run, and that's by Badamja, the guy who I just shouted out a second ago. Despite that, and there's so much that goes into like the boomerang LJAs that just so much can be skipped just by going Wii with the boomerang. Sorry, GameCube with the boomerang. That thank you. There's just so much more that you can do. Like, you do Gorge Void instead of 30 minutes into the run in the optimal Wii version, it's 5 minutes into the run.
yeah, they do Epona Seam Clip, which is you basically run your Epona's face into a corner on a hill, and then she's like, you know what, I'm just going to be out of bounds now. And then she just floats out of bounds because horse and out of bounds allows you to fly for some reason, which I don't know the technicality of Epona out of bounds, but it is very entertaining to watch.
It has to do with not being able to find a floor. You're like, there is no floor beneath you. If you are doing an opponent out of bounds and you go somewhere that there is a floor, she falls to it. So,
Chat asks, is
It's
there any
very
use
odd.
for rupees in this run? In this particular language, in French, no. In every other language, yes.
Yeah, if I get any rupees, it's just they're in my way and I just happen to run into it. And I'm going to go out of my way to avoid anything that's not a green rupee, because if I get the text, the time save I have for being on French is gone, because French only saves like a second or two over everything else. So
Yeah. Like, you can
language in this game
reasonably...
doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you can reasonably run this in like English, German, French. Like, French lets you like not have to worry about collecting rupees for the cannon going to, I think it's a city in the sky, if I'm remembering that right.
Yeah.
But like German and English need to collect it, or like collect rupees for it. But you can run pretty competitively in just about any language.
yeah,
Even
the one that
Japanese
loses the
now.
most time. Say again?
So even Japanese can run the optimal 90% route now,
Yeah.
if you really want to. Wouldn't
Yeah, you
recommend it.
can.
If you want to
I
do
guess so.
Wolfo Super Jump, go for it.
Japanese is the one that loses the most time with an asterisk, because it can't do map glitch. We'll get to map glitch in a little while after our first break that we'll be taking shortly. But it doesn't have a glitch that's on every other version of the game except for the HD release. Specifically, Japanese doesn't, which actually is why it's fastest for no save and quit, right, guy? Is that route still fast?
I don't.
Just wait, am I blowing smoke here?
Wait, I just like my brain completely froze. I forgot where I was going in game. I didn't know how to answer your question.
That is totally fair. You're running.
I'm not 100% sure what's the most optimal for no save and quit now with the advent of Pogate Skip. I know Anna was talking about it at some point, but I don't actually remember. I know my task was in Japanese, but I think I did that just because it didn't lose time, and I thought it would be funny to run in Japanese because no one ever runs in Japanese. And I think
So there was
it's a little bit faster, like a
point
frame or
where-
two, but yeah.
Yeah, there was a point where the idea of the same patch that patched map glitch broke the ability to like do Gorge Void, but with something like Uku in your inventory to do like a cutscene item cancel. That was theorized to be something that would save quite a bit of time for no save and quit once upon a time, and that made no save and quit optimal in Japanese for a little while. So even that kind of thing where we lose time in every other category makes it optimal. Every category in this game is optimal in a different language now, and that's stupid.
Yeah, if you want to see this Wolfo super jump, you can check out either my tasks or you can check out any like top level HD speedrun. HD does it in their optimal 8% route, so if you're interested to see it, that's where you can find it out.
Hey, well, you know what? We've done it. We managed to talk through Linear Twilight without falling asleep. We're towards the end now. There's a boss fight at the end. This bug doesn't have a name. No one cares about this bug. But the next one does have two names, actually. That bug did not like that I said no one cared about it.
I blame you.
I said earlier, like, the game knows when you're talking trash about it.
True. This is Boss Bug, which is a reference to Boss Baby, totally. AKA Derek, but spelled in not the way you'll probably expect. Derek's fun.
I know two spellings of Derek.
What is the second one?
Derrick? Or something like that?
That is what I mean. It's like the less known one is all I meant.
Yeah, it was that one and Derek are the two spellings I know. I was like, what else could you spell it like?
You could probably spell it with a QUE at the end.
Probably.
That's really cursed. I'm gonna type that out. No,
that's wrong.
That looks like Derek to me.
Yes, I would look at that and hate that I had to read that.
Oh no, I've got chat going.
Okay, well, while we get the chat going, we're just about in time for our first break. So after I load back into the spring, I will go ahead and pull item wheel. I'll kind of count it down just so you can pause, but that'll be our first break of the run. So that'll be here in... All right, 3, 2, 1, and now.
All right, chat. We're going to take our first wellness break of the run because this is a long run. We're in for the long haul here. But if you're curious about what's coming up on Hotfix, you should check out this week's schedule and explore our full season lineup at gdq.gg/Hotfix. It's also where you can submit runs to Passion Project, Fast Travel, or any of our other Hotfix shows if you are interested in ever being on the GDQ channel. So we'll be right back after this short break with some more Twilight Princess. Stick around. All right, chat. Welcome back to episode 51 of Passion Project, the best place on Twitch to show the world what you love the most in speedrunning and gaming. I'm joined by the guy downstairs and commentators Glubbers and Phantom while we're going through The Legend of Zelda, the Twilight Princess, any percent. So I'm not going to keep you any longer. Go ahead and take it away.
Okay, so it'd be good to unpause and on go. So 3, 2, 1, go. So, where were we? We just finished Linear Twilight, so no more darkness, except for, that's a lie. There'll be more darkness later, but we get to enjoy some nice sunshine for a little while, so.
We have one more Twilight section, the fourth one.
Yep, the fourth one. But we're going to be making our way to sing a song, get some bombs, and take some damage. So that's not what I was trying to do, but that was fast, so we'll take it.
Sure.
Sure.
Not the jumping in the water part, but the damaging down, because we want to take 2 hearts of damage. The way I'm more comfortable of involves getting a yellow rupee, which wouldn't matter because we already have the text, so it wouldn't lose time, or I wouldn't lose time to get into text, but it would still... It's slower than what I just did, so that was a nice surprise. That happens sometimes, but we're going to be howling. Oh, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, we're going to howl here for a second because we do need to get ending blow, which is probably what Guy was about to say, but I was also going to mention that the camera manipulations that Guy was doing there was mostly like lag reduction. The game is a late-gen GameCube game, which means that things lag a lot. And yeah. So he was like looking away from the water and looking at a rock, which is fun because you can either look at the rock or the water, and you don't really want to look at either. But generally, we just try to reduce the lag where we can, anywhere that it's feasible to do so. There's obviously like tasks can reduce lag even further. But we got some howlies in, and now we're going to do everybody's favorite trick. This is called Yawless. Yawless is a few years old. It's going to be a trick that lets us bomb dupe without Midna. So we're going to transform here. What we're actually doing is doing a specific setup to trigger this fight and then be able to transform into wolf before going into the fight. So guy right there is activating one trigger but not another, so that he can then go behind the sign, transform, and then go into that second trigger. Now we can do the fight as wolf. So if he can do the fight as wolf in a way that he can beat it, we don't have the Master Sword we don't have Midna on back. We do have the Master Sword. We haven't beaten Midna's Desperate Hour yet. So Midna's not on our back yet, which means that we can't just charge attack these things. You have to do this very specific setup in attacking sequence order. And by doing that, we beat the fight. And now we're going to be duping a bomb bag because now we're wolf, and when we go in here, Isa is not going to have said ya at all, and she'll usher us in. That's why it's called Yawless. She'll usher us in, and we're going to talk to her. She'll give us a fake bomb bag so that we can not use our own bombs when we go. You're going to work back.
Keep on your toes.
She'll give us these fake bombs, so we can't use our own bombs. So we don't use our own bombs to blow up those rocks. But because we're wolf, we can just warp straight back, and warping straight back brings us back in. And now she's going to store that fake bomb bag that she gave us and give us another one, so that when we're given our items back from when we die or beat a dungeon or save and quit, then we're going to have that fake bomb bag is given back to us as a real one. And then we will have duplicated it. This is called Yawless, or bomb duping sans Midna. So then we're going to do a little trick here, trying to skip over Plum. It's a little bit specific. We're not quite done yet with all of the ridiculous tricks that are happening right now. Things ramped up a lot after Lineru. So we're going to play the Plum minigame now. And we're going to do a 2-frame trick to clip out of bounds. Guy's going to do it here in just a little bit. I'm going to pad for time. Hey, that's a cool pumpkin. And he's about to do it about now. Bonking in a way that we clip out of bounds and fall. This game overs us. If we game over in this specific spot, he died. He's not supposed to do that, except he is. This is going to spawn us back in Lake Hylia, but because we died in the mini game, well, 1, we're going to be given that bomb bag back, but 2, there's no water in Lake Hylia.
Water? What water? There is no water.
Exactly.
What even is water, really?
And now we have to do a very annoying trick to do a 3-frame bomb boost in with a very specific position to let us get that 3-frame bomb boost. This is the first instance of what we call item wheel buffering, which is a way to buffer your angle in increments of 512 units per frame, which lets us set up specific angles mixed with other ways to like normalize angles. It's very nice. Much like how nice it is that Guy got that trick.
Heck yeah.
Because it lets us do a lot of like precise setups. That's the first of ones that we'll see. There's some more that we'll see for different tricks like Stallard Skip later. But yeah, now we're in Lake Bed. That was the 6-minute long shenanigans to get into Lake Bed with real bombs.
Yeah, this segment is incredibly dense, and pretty much anything you would fail, you're losing about a minute if you fail any one of those things. So it's pretty easy to stack time loss if the dominoes start going.
Now Guy's going to be dropping these bombs, as you would have seen while he was doing the setup for the bomb boost, is because we don't want real bombs. We're getting into some more jank stuff. We don't want real bombs. Real bombs are lame. They don't do anything for us. Water bombs, those are the cool bombs. And I've been talking for a while. Hands up.
I mean, we're in Lakebed Temple, and there's a lot of cool stuff here. Kind of. Debatable, but like this LJA. Technically double LJA. Is this... Only like two double LJA. Yeah.
This is like the prototypical double LJA. Well, maybe for us it's the prototypical double LJA, because it was like the first one guy.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't know what I was going to say. It must not have been very important.
I was just going to say, fun fact, Lakebed has changed its routing about once a year since he and I started running. And the very first one did that for that main room the same way we do it now. So we just went back to that.
We went back in time, you could say.
Yeah. Here's the hardest trick in the run.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? I see what you're getting at. I forgot who I was on comms with for a second.
And he got it.
Nice.
That's called Deku Toad Zero Cycle. It is a stupid trick. It saves like 12 seconds.
Huh.
Oop.
That's why you save one bomb, by the way. I don't know. I just can't do a combo, apparently.
I'll be real. I was talking, and I wasn't looking.
I don't actually know what I did, to be honest, but oh well. That's why you save one bomb, because you can just throw it in his mouth if you do something silly like I just did. Yep.
Yeah, old route, and also like all dungeons has to do this fight without bombs at all. So it's a much longer deal.
All right, now we have an empty bomb bag, which means that we can get the cool bombs, the water bombs, which means that we can use them underwater, which can be great.
But Glubbers,
First, we need to go get them, Guy. Where can we possibly get them?
I'm not sure. I might go like to Barnes Bombs.
Oh, hey. Hydro bombs. I mean, that's the obvious one, but...
Yeah.
So now we have 10 water bombs. Why do we need the water bombs? Well, we don't have Zora armor currently. We're dressed in our normal clothes. We're not in our wetsuit. So we can't breathe underwater, because you can breathe underwater while you're wearing a wetsuit. Don't try that at home. Now, what are we going to do instead? Phantom, you've explained this for me.
Well, before we get into that, we're going to do boss key skip.
I forgot about this. I'll be real, this is normal gameplay to
me. We're going to skip getting the Lakebed boss key. This is a fun time to talk about doors in this game. Every door in this game that has a loading zone behind it, you have to take the door.
Oh, we're gonna do it. Okay, so this is a backup method, because Guy clipped through. We're doing a thing that is, I don't remember what this is even called, but we're going to go under the floor. We're swimming, and then we're going to clip up with a fun little thing here. Watch this. Yep, we're up, and then we're going to go to the right, and it's going to clip us. And then we fall into the load zone.
Wait, this is fast.
And now we're in Morpheal. You voided. Never mind. We get to do the other thing again. Phantom, take it away. How do we do the normal way?
So we're going to get on the railing of this staircase in a particular position, swing our sword to fall onto the seam, do some backflips, line up here, and you're gonna fall straight into the actual boss room, because this door is not a door to a loading zone, it's a door into another room in the same room, and therefore we can actually clip into it.
Congrats on getting 5.
And now we're gonna sink to the bottom.
Yeah, everybody watch the air meter. It's under the hearts.
Yep.
Where the magic meter is supposed to be.
It's
What if this
below
is
where the magic meter would have been.
Yeah, just enough air, and luckily skipping that cutscene fills your air. I'm pretty sure if you watch the cutscene, it doesn't fill it. Ah.
And welcome to Morpheal. That wasn't supposed to happen. She never lets us do anything. We can praise her, we can do whatever. She is, ugh.
Yeah, so Morpheal is gonna swim around this arena. Sometimes she'll go in a direction that makes things easy. Sometimes she'll just randomly turn and go the opposite direction.
And I messed up the start of the fight because her eye did some weird stuff, but it's not too big of a deal.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, it's very fine.
So by force unequipping the iron boots while pulling a bomb, we can swim with the water bombs. And you're not supposed to be able to swim while holding a bomb. So effectively, by letting go of that bomb, we refill our air meter. And that's what we're going to be abusing to stay alive.
Yeah, the game basically thinks if you're dropping a bomb, you must be on solid ground, so then it gets confused, and then the game gets confused and doesn't let my claw shot hit Morpheal's eye. That's what happens.
There's everybody's favorite term. The game gets confused. The game runs the check for where you are a frame after, and then the game assumes that for like being underwater a frame after the bomb is dropped. So then in that frame, it goes to its default state, which is not not underwater, because why would the default state be underwater?
Yep.
And refills your air in that frame. And a nice regrab, and that's the fight.
Yep.
Yeah, that was just an example of if you mess up the initial bomb pull. The ideal way I would have done is got the force unequipped before the fight, and Link would have risen with Morpheal during that first cutscene or the second cutscene, and it would have made it for generally a more consistent fight. So messing up at the beginning caused Morpheal to do some really weird stuff, and I generally got pretty bad RNG. So luckily we didn't drown, and that's what really matters when it comes to Morpheal, because if you drown, you have to do the entire thing all over again. But I will probably end up getting some backup bombs and arbiters for safety, even though I technically don't need more.
Yeah, there's a pretty convenient chest, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. I can get 10 in Epic Spinner Room, so.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to
right.
the 5 after pull 1 skip. You will be missed.
You guys ready to have a conversation for the next 7 minutes so that the VOD doesn't get demonetized?
Oh my god, yeah.
So Midna's Desperate Hour is what we're going to be doing. We get to run through Linear Field again, and then through the sewers again, and then the rooftops. If you all remember the times that we did that before, we get to do it again, but this time there's music that gets claimed on YouTube automatically by not Nintendo.
Yeah, which is really funny because that happens a lot apparently on not even just this either.
Oh, it's every one of my TP videos either gets claimed on MDH or Sacred Grove, one of the two.
Yeah, those are the two most common. I have also seen Nighttime Kakariko.
Really?
But, yep.
That's an obscure one.
Yeah, I think it was just in some randomizer video, but...
Oh.
Huh.
Because,
interesting.
You know, sometimes you go to Kakariko at night. I don't know.
Sometimes, yeah.
I mean, nighttime in this game is kind of a vibe, so I can respect it.
Yeah, it has like this nice little not daytime vibe that people who are night owls tend to vibe with.
Yeah.
Also, nighttime in this world is shorter than daytime. Where does that put Hyrule on like the globe?
The South Pole?
Okay.
In half of the year?
Somewhere surrounded by water. That's my guess.
Like magnetic south or magnetic north. So I guess Russia.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. It's either Russia or like Tasmania.
The ocean. Where is the South Pole? South Magnetic Pole. I'm Googling this. South Magnetic Pole is... The South Dipole is a variable, which makes sense, but like it's modeled from 1903 to 2000 along a very large area that I like, much larger than I would expect. It's in Antarctica. Hey, you got the trick. This trick is called Louise Glitch. It saves 1.8 seconds and breaks the cutscene. Louise is that cat's name and not named by the community. It's just the name of that cat. It's in like one text box.
Yeah.
I love Louise. What a adorable fluffy baby.
Oh yeah, she's great.
It's impressive how her fur is not getting any water at all right now.
Right? Like,
Yeah, there isn't like a wet dog animation or like not animation, but like wet dog version of the skin either. There is a wet Link though. Does Link's clothes get wet in rain?
wait.
I think it's only if he jumps in water.
I think it's just if he goes into a body of water, because I don't think rain would. No, I don't think it does.
Yeah, I don't think rain makes you wet.
Yeah. I'm from Seattle. Checks out. That's how I feel about it too. You only get wet from when the water falling from the sky is activated by you.
Apparently.
Ignore the King Midas reference in a side quest that they shoehorned into the main plot there. We're in Sewers 3 now.
Also, while we're trying desperately to make sure that Midna's Lament does not get us muted or demonetized or anything like that, I just want to remind folks that did you know that it's September? Did you know that what that means? That means September is here. And that means discounts of 25% or more on 1, 3, and 6 month subscriptions during September. So if you are enjoying this stream, you should consider taking advantage of this discount and subscribing for exclusive emotes, ad-free viewing, and access to chat during our replays, because we always replay our shows or major events right after they're done airing. And you can also always support the stream by sharing the Games Done Quick channel with your friends, and we appreciate your support. And word of mouth goes a long way. A lot of speedrun stuff is handled via word of mouth, in fact. So
now we have more.
TGD's. I was gonna say, where's TGD's cat? What's the baby's name?
I don't know where she's at. She's probably hiding somewhere.
Like you had mentioned, like moving her tree into the background so that maybe she makes an appearance.
Yeah, I put it back there. Like when we were in the green room, she was all about it, and then she's like, "All right, I'm out. See you guys."
It's like, yep, no, I'm done.
Like she was sleeping under my desk for a while. She was under my desk for a while sleeping, but then I just looked down there and she's gone. I don't know where she went. I'll try and get her to make an appearance at some point, or like try and show her to the son of a gun. Show her to the people, but
Do not try to show her to a gun, please.
Please do not.
People already consider cats to be evil things. I love cats. I think they're adorable and sweet, but like there are cats that are jerks out there. They don't need to be given weapons.
Oh, that's a good one.
she might be insane, but she is at least a nice kitty.
Oh my goodness.
We have made it through the 7 minutes of demonetization possibility. Now we're getting ending blow so we can beat the game. Thank you, guy.
Yep.
Fun fact, you can skip ending blow, you can get to the end of the game, and then go, oh no, I don't have ending blow, because the only time the game actually explicitly checks for it is beating Ganondorf.
I've done that a total
Are
of 2
you-
times. One of them was during a low percent run when I did it one time.
Yeah, because I was about to ask, are you
Very
speaking
serious.
from experience?
Oh, I have not.
Okay.
Guy has done it a few times.
I've done it twice. I did it once super early on, and then I did it during a low percent run a few years ago. I didn't even go back to get it. I was just so heartbroken.
The closest that I got was I was doing a no reset for I don't know what years ago, and I got like a large gold on this segment, large best, and I went, well, run was bad anyways. I forgot ending blow, didn't I? And I still don't know if I did or not, or if I just got a really good gold, but I deleted the gold.
If you golded by more than a few seconds, chances are you forgot ending blow.
Yeah, but the thing is, I would expect like 40. It was like 20.
Oh. This was old. This was old route, so it would have been enter arbiters, right? Where am I going?
Yeah, it would have been an enter arbiters.
No, I'm going to the right place. Sorry.
You're in the right place. You're not actually going to arbiters right now. Probably the worst time we could have talked about that.
I mean, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal.
Yeah, we have to
How are
make
you
this
gonna
really out of the way
Get
detour.
Open camp.
You can get a boar.
I always forget about the boar because I remember the trick to not use the boar. That sucks.
Dude, that thing took me forever to task it. Doing an RTA would not be fun.
I did do it RTA. I was very bored. Wait, did you do it on the right side or the left side?
The right side? Did the
Okay,
right
it's
pillar?
probably harder on the right side because I did it on the left side RTA. Anyway, we're gonna do map glitch here. You remember that thing that I mentioned before the break as the little teaser? So Guy's gonna unplug his controller here. Guy's not going to unplug his controller here. He's going to instead reset it. And on this, like that allows him to buffer inputs to the same frame when the controller turns back on again. And so that lets him hit the map button on the same button that he hits the Z button to get a thing called map glitch, where when he warps away, Midna interrupts the text. What that did was disable all quote-unquote normal instances of void outs and loading zones, which means that the fog here, he can just run right through it. Quote-unquote normal, because if he took a swim in the water, it would have voided him anyways.
Yeah, it would. But even if you hit the icy water and it freezes you, you have to redo map glitch again.
Yep.
And like, if I was to coming up here, I'm going to be howling again. And it's not because I'm so musically inclined that I want to show off my musical talents. It is because if I was to dig, the game would soft lock. Link would just be digging for an eternity. So for some reason, you can howl here, and it brings you into the howlings, I guess, zone, and then you can just kind of leave, and that reactivates all your load zones, which is very fortunate for us.
Yep. There's
Otherwise,
that,
I'll be really good at Wolfo Super Jump.
Please do not get really good at Wolfo Super Jump.
It's faster.
I don't care. So now we don't have map glitch anymore because of going into that howling zone. That's what Sonic is that a level in, Amber?
What was the name of it again?
Howling zone.
Howling Zone? Probably Sonic Unleashed, let's be real.
Yeah, probably.
I've been in very big Sonic Racing Crossworlds waiting room because I got to play the open network test, had a ton of fun, and now I'm just like, I need it to be the 22nd. I need the release date, please.
Why is it releasing? Is that a Monday? Yeah, why is it releasing on a Monday?
The full release, the full public release for people who didn't pre-order digital deluxe version is the 25th. But I am a shill, and I will pre-order the digital deluxe version, not just for the early access, but for all the DLC, like the season pass. So, because I got to get my Miku Hatsunes and my Minecraft Steves and Creepers as playable characters. And Avatar: The Last Airbender. Shoutouts to the Magic the Gathering set that's coming out later this year in like November, I think.
Ooh.
But
yeah.
Game is fun. I hope I eventually find someone who speedruns it after release and it ends up being a fun speedrun because I would love to showcase it on the show. This game is very fun.
Yeah, the trend in you brought up Hatsune Miku.
Yeah.
The trend in like Zelda speedrunners and people who really like Hatsune Miku is a weird trend that certainly does exist.
Is that Venn diagram almost a circle?
But nearly, I'm not part of that. But I was coerced into playing Fortnite for the first time earlier this year and was met with an entire squad of Hatsune Miku with me.
She is certainly there, as is apparently very recently Binding of Isaac.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Sonic is also...
Sabrina.
Yeah, Sonic's not in Fortnite yet, but like there are decals and like shoes and stuff like that for representing Sonic in Fortnite coming.
Yeah, and
I'm
Cars,
like,
that's going to come out.
Yeah, and Cars. I think it's also getting oh my god, what's that car game?
Gran Turismo?
No, you use cars to play soccer. Rocket League. I don't know why the name was escaping me so badly like that. It's also getting Sonic stuff in Rocket League, and I'm like, wow, they're just all over the place right now. I love going through floors, don't you?
We're not going through a floor.
Or ceilings.
We went through a ceiling, which was also a floor.
Now we're gonna go through a wall of ice.
The floor is a ceiling, and the ceiling is a floor.
We're going to do Ice Block Clip, which is a interesting little strat here. We're going to line up along. So this isn't actually a solid wall of ice. There are separate parts of it that make up different sections of it. So TGD tried on the first one and then just went over to the second one and clipped straight through. That's called Ice Block Clip. Shoutouts to me for that backup.
Yep. I remember that day when you found it on. What the heck? These Wolfos were.
They were ready.
Yeah, found it on accident. It was quite literally, oh, well, that didn't work. If I go up here and then I clipped first, I was like, huh. This is called Freezered Skip. It sucks if you do Ice Block Clip.
Yeah, it's harder, unfortunately.
Like, actually, that's not even cope for anything. The actual position of the freezered in the room is different depending on which door you entered the room from. You do it from Ice Block Clip, that trick is harder.
Because of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another trick called ladder freezered cancel, where you can basically trick the game into making the freezer do its regular attack opposed from its infinite attack, and it is frame perfect, and it only saves time if you get it first try. I think it breaks even on a second try, so with all the new stuff that has been found lately, I've just kind of been putting it on the back burner while I've been practicing and improving more important things, so.
Which is very fair. We're going to go to those more important things shortly. Now that we're done with Snow Peak, we're going to go to Arbiters, which is where those new things happen.
The hardest, probably the hardest dungeon in the entire game, or the entire run.
I like that you said probably.
Who knows? I mean, Goron Mines is harder. Why do you think we skip it? Because it's so hard.
True.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, just like we never like went over it too much. As far as dungeons go, we there are 2 that we don't even go to: Temple of Time and Goron Mines, and then there are 2 Forest Temple and where am I going? Forest Temple and Snow Peak that we go to just for their required dungeon items. Then the rest we have to finish to their completion. The only reason that we get the ball and chain is to do an attack on one phase of the Zant fight at the very end of the game. If we did not need it for that, we would just get ball and chain because it's not required anywhere else. And it does save time on certain things, but skipping it would save a lot more time than having ball and chain for those areas.
Do you guys like ladders?
Usually.
I mean, I'm still in a dream. Eating a rope. Would it be rope eater for this game? Considering snakes in this game are ropes.
Ropes?
Or not in this game, in this
Twilight
series.
Princess? In the series.
Yeah.
I would assume yes.
I'm still in a dream rope eater.
Right there, I pulled ball and chain right before I jumped off the ledge. The ball and chain has the same like properties as the iron boots as far as like physics go, so it makes you actually fall a little bit faster.
Yeah, the ball and chain is heavy.
You do not have the memo card. There you go.
Show him the boomerang.
Show him the boomerang, talk to him, and then take it up to the top. That would be a fantastic way to lose time.
I have like lost time before by paying for a regular flight, not paying attention, acting like it was hundo, and then going up and starting to do the flight by foul minigame.
Wonderful.
You know, you guys like sand? What's your guys' opinion on sand?
Hate it.
I'll give it a
course.
4 out of 10.
4 out of 10? Well, we're looking at a lot of it here, so.
Except not randomly in these weird chasms. Which isn't how sand works.
Sure it is.
Yeah, it's fine.
Like, surely sand has these repeating textures that are basically a perfect pattern in the ground. That's obviously how sand works.
Wait, that part kind of is how it works. That's based on the wind.
No,
Yeah, that's
Listen.
not that unusual.
don't use your logic on me.
Sorry.
Like this wall.
Also,
All right. Things are suggestions again.
Yeah. I mean, there's a pretty big gap there.
Yeah. We're only partially out of bounds while we do that.
It's sand. Is it really out of bounds? You're just pushing through the sand.
Does sand have bounds is a weirdly poetic question.
We are doing,
we're doing map glitch
here.
again.
Yeah, it turns out that you're supposed to get a key here.
If you
But
do
the-
map glitch, though.
But the trigger for the fight in the middle of the camp exists infinitely in height.
Yeah, up and down. So every category does that differently, except for like I guess no save and quit does it probably the same as any percent. But
Sure does.
in any percent, you go down. In hundo, you go down. In no save and quit, you do whatever Guy just said. In glitchless, you get the key, and in all dungeons, you go up. Also, we beat King Bulblin.
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
I don't know. I haven't seen him a day in my life, but we did something to make him mad.
Yeah, he lit
Except
he lit the bricks on fire.
Yeah, he's lighting the bricks on fire. Luckily for us, bricks can't exactly catch on fire, so they can burn indefinitely. We can just stay here if we want.
You could stand there forever and nothing bad would ever happen to you. Unfortunately, the same does not apply for real life, so please don't just stand in the middle of a fire.
Yeah, if someone has lit bricks on fire near you, do not stay near that. Those are, I don't know what they would have done to cause that, but it's probably not safe.
So Arbiter's Grounds is a dungeon that I think everyone really, really likes. It's probably the most interesting part of the run, and everyone just wants to do this dungeon.
So Arbiter's Grounds was the hardest dungeon, and then we found a thing called Death Sword Skip, and it got harder. And then we found a thing called Stallard Skip, and it got harder. And we found a thing called Pogate Skip, and it got harder.
Are you noticing a trend with this game? We don't make we don't make it easier on ourselves.
This dungeon is the Billy Mays of Twilight Princess any percent. But wait, there's more! Don't worry, next time this is selected for a GDQ showcase, yet another skip will be found for this dungeon. You just won't enter it at all and just end up at the end of it somehow.
So, funny thing about that is we actually have the means to get out of bounds and, like, get up to that area. It's just unloaded and, like, there is no textures. You can't do anything. You can't stand on most things. It just exists.
I was joking!
Listen, TT
Yeah, you
is
can use a
both the most
board
broken
to
and not.
walk on a seam out of bounds.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course you can.
it's fine. It's fine because until Jim has to pay out on small key skip, you need the spinner anyway.
True. All right, so here's these were named by a few people, but I'm attributed to it. These are Boney and Clyde.
I love those names.
Did I get them both with one claw
I think my
shot?
favorite. Yes.
I did not know that was a
think my
thing.
favorite part with Boney and Clyde so far has been when I like mentioned it at one point, not like the immediate time that we decided that that's what they're called. At one point, someone asked why are they named that. I had to explain to a separate person who Bonnie and Clyde were, and I found that to be very interesting because
Here we
I
go.
feel like they're pretty well known. By the way, this is the hard skip.
Yeah, this is the hard skip.
So TGD is doing a very precise setup here to get an exact angle, not like unit precise angle, but roughly precise enough so that what we can do is look down and clip our angle clip, when we look down, we'll be pushed slightly, which will push us into an exact position. If his angle is correct, it won't clip us back in. It will put us on a seam that is out of bounds. So he's looking for something very specific here. And that's what can take a little bit of time sometime. You'll see it clip a little bit here. And there's the pop. So he turns around. Now he's clipped in and in front of the seam. He does turns to realign the angle and lines up with Wolf. He's going to walk along the seam right now, perfectly holding notch up, and get through. He's now clipped into the wall, goes up against this back wall here, gets the iron boots on. We're going to do what's called a moon boots ending blow. This is now RNG. We need Boney and Clyde to cooperate a little bit. And then after the RNG, it's frame perfect. After we get ideal RNG from them, if they decide to behave, we will frame perfectly unequip the iron boots to get a ton of height on an ending blow and clip behind the gates.
This part is just RNG, and I'm playing it extra safe and making sure they go into a spot that I know will work, and then it is just execution at that point. See, that guy just is going on an adventure, so we'll let him do his thing.
Yeah, that's Clyde. Usually Clyde's the one that I attribute with being not our friend. Boney tends to cooperate. At least when we know which one is which, Boney tends to cooperate in my experience. So I just assume Boney is the one that's cooperating when things go well. Just imagining the Jeopardy music right now.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. I guess my C stick does not want to C stick. So I just have to try them out again.
We get to do that again. So Boney and Clyde, round 2. They score 1 point. We will score the second. And then GameCube will score the third, is what I'll say if it fails again.
Please. No.
Clyde. Clyde. Clyde.
Come on. Just out here like, please cooperate.
No, that's just how this trick goes. It's absolutely a please cooperate moment. Okay. All right, come on, Boney. Would you like to behave, please? Boney. Thank you. Thank you. See, what did I say?
All right, here we go.
This line up again. This part is, in my opinion, the worst part of the trick is getting this angle.
Yeah, this seam, the width is like in the realm of hundredths or thousandths of a unit.
Thousandths. It is 0.007. It's James Bond. And that this is that when we were talking about float precision earlier, this is that seam is the thing that we need the float precision for.
Yeah. Like 2D games get subpixels, we get float points in 3D.
These bubbles, man.
Come on, Boney, you can do it. I believe in you. I think that one got missed by the... There we go. Who's a good bony?
Yeah, so that was the trick found like a month ago. That saves
my goodness.
a lot of time
It really does.
at the unfortunate cost of it being a lot of RNG.
Yeah, it's... I'm not entirely... I mean, obviously, I just failed to go up and to see up there, and that's why I fell, but not too big... Okay. Not too big of a deal.
Just come to the realization that I should probably praise Boney because that seemed to work.
I mean,
Grab the bombs, by the way.
the theme of the game being sentient
Please.
continues, honestly.
True. Clyde is not nice. Oh, we get to do TSS, triple Stalfos skip. This clip is way nicer and free.
Yeah, this trick is the one that was found before Pogate skip.
And it saves like 10 seconds.
Yep.
I'm gonna grab a skull and we're gonna line a rough angle here. Do C up, see when the little thing clips, just like for the Pogate skip, and that just puts us out of bounds if we jump attack.
Yeah, that trick is incredibly relevant, especially to all dungeons, because it saves 2 bombs.
Yes.
Yeah, when all dungeons bomb routing is bomb perfect, or it was before.
It
before
was
that.
bomb perfect, and it keeps messing me up because I'm like, oh yeah, I can save a bomb here if I don't do this, and then I'm like, why do I have 3 bombs when I get to Hyrule, and I always forget why. But yeah, it's because of triple Stalfos skip.
You know, you have to hit him once. Do you guys know that?
No, I didn't. I've never killed this boss in my life.
Oh.
That is a lie.
So like Lubbers was saying earlier, you can skip Death Lord, but it saves less time now than it used to. And it didn't used to save all that much, really. And you have to do a Death Warp, so you have to be basically doing this dungeon on half a heart or less if you want to do a 1-bomb Death Warp. So I just elect to not worry about that right now. I might add it back in at some point. Ouch. But
Nice.
that some point is not now.
All right, do not save warp. Don't. Don't.
No.
Just go back.
Who would ever save warp after doing that? That would be really embarrassing. Is Muix here?
Or Badamja. Oh wait, Badamja is here.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I did see Muix a lot earlier.
Oh,
Muix,
did
yeah,
it
Muix
super
was
early
here
on.
earlier too.
But we get to do the cool room, epic spinner room.
Stupid room. It's stupid room
Yeah.
2.
No, it's epic spinner room. It's not stupid room. That's a different room.
Do you want to talk about why this room's epic?
The cycles in this room are consistent, but they're not in sync. So if you miss your timing, if you were any different timing getting up here than you were a different attempt, the cycle will be desynced in a way that makes this effectively random.
Yep.
But this should be fine. Barely.
Close.
Nice.
That was because the extra jump attack, but I didn't mess anything else up, so I knew I could at least make the normal cycle.
Yeah, you can get cycles that are just literally impossible.
So coming up is going to be Stallard skip. I guess it's not even new at this point. It's been around for almost 4 years now, but it's seen a lot of developments in those 4 years that have made it a lot more friendly to doing. I'm gonna go for it. I'll probably go for it once. If I fail, I'll probably just fight it. But I'm gonna be deafening in Discord for the fight, and they're going to explain it just because I have a metronome, and also I need to be able to just kind of focus, so I'll let them do some explaining. So I will talk to you guys here in a couple of minutes, hopefully.
All right, and seeing TGD deafen himself. So Stallard Skip is, as I like to refer to it, 3 medium difficulty tricks in a trench coat, because no individual part of it's exactly hard. Just doing them all in sequence and on the boss timer can be really annoying. So the first trick that we're going to do is called Clawshot Actor Displacement. First things first, we're going to, of course, start the boss fight, but what we're going to do is line up a specific angle that we need because we want to put our friend Joseph, the stall trooper, in a specific spot using that Clawshot Actor Displacement. So TGD is first going to align the angle. He's going to do that with the item wheel buffering that we saw before. Nicely done. Go in a specific way, slightly to the left of Stallard. That spawns Joseph. And now he's going to, while here, he's going to turn around. This is to align the angle in, like I mentioned the last time we were doing those angle buffers, it just sets us up in a slightly different way. And C up buffering is another way to do that he's doing. And he's doing a method of this that I have never seen before. So I don't really know what's happening. So I can't tell you when. There we go.
The gist of it is that he was going for a very specific angle. Looks like he's going to try the backup.
Are we going to go for a second one, or are we just going to abandon it? We'll see if he decides to fight Stallard. I might be pivoting to talking about how fighting Stallard works. I would like for him to try it a second time.
Okay,
Yay!
he's going to try one more time.
Stallard skip goes even with third try, generally. Not like generally, but like, you know, where you fail it obviously changes.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you can just say like third try is usually roughly consistent with it. So when we line up this specific angle, we're trying to aim at the bottom pixel of the stall troop's collision, where if we hit that, and we're just fighting Stallard, so if we were to have hit that, then pulled Joseph over, it would have put him in a specific spot to be able to then clip into one layer of collision, and that would then enable us to do a second clip with the claw shot to do a bomb boost to clip out of the second layer of collision. Instead, we'll be enacting some rogue chiropractic on Stallard and just fighting it.
Yeah, if Stallard didn't go the wrong way on that second one, I could have retried it, but Stallard spun the wrong direction, would have crushed Joseph before I could have gotten to him again, so I just elected to fight him.
Well, it was an honorable effort. That trick is, like we said before, there was Sword and Shield Skip. That is probably the hardest trick for beginners to learn. Stallard Skip is a trick that we just say don't do it. Don't do it until you're very experienced, because it is very hard.
Yeah, it's like worry about it when there is nothing else for you to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't do it, like my 256, my PB before the one I just got the other day, was my first PB with Stallard Skip, and I didn't even save time with it, so...
Oh my god.
It's hard. Or I think I saved like 20 seconds with it or something, but it was a second
the
try.
trick overall in any percent saves about 90. So getting something like a third try or an especially bad second try, you're gonna go roughly even, like we were saying while you were deafened. So Guy's going for a thing called early knockdown here, which happens in the second phase of the Stallard fight. If you actually fight Stallard, not getting immediately going for a backup where he lines up in a specific position to go for effectively the same thing, and we're just going to one cycle by doing some spins. Goodbye.
Those were some good-looking spins. I know spinning, getting spins to respond properly can be a pain with this game.
Yes.
Yep.
That spot is one of a couple of spots that has, as I refer to it, I don't know how accurate it actually is, unique lag. Like, the actual timing on the spins is affected by the lag of you connecting the hit.
Oh.
We'll see that again in Palace of Twilight on Phantom Zance also, because those rooms are especially laggy too. At least with Arbiter's Grounds, for anyone who may be listening, hint, hint, TGH, if you're failing the spins there, I look for the after image. Link has an after image, and when I see the after image finish the spin, I do my next spin.
Oh, this is break 2. Sorry, I wasn't even thinking.
No, you're good. We're on the save screen. I was about to bring it up myself, but we are going to go into our next break. This will be our last break of the run as we go into our final hour here. But I just want to remind folks, Games Done Queer is coming up October 31st through November 2nd. We're going to be highlighting queer and LGBTQIA plus runners benefiting the Lambda Legal Defense and Education Fund. Volunteer submissions are live until September 22nd. So make sure that you get those submissions in to apply as a volunteer for whatever you might want to apply for. And it's going to be, again, closing Monday the 22nd. Visit gdq.gg/volunteergdqueer to volunteer for the event. I like the fact that that rhymes, but we'll take our break while maybe some of you go and apply as a volunteer for GD Queer. So we'll be right back in just a few minutes. Stick around. All right, folks, welcome back to episode 51 of Passion Project, the best place on Twitch to showcase what you love in speedrunning and gaming. I'm joined once again by the guy downstairs, Glubbers and Phantom, as we enter the final hour of our Zelda Twilight Princess Any Percent run. Go ahead and take it away.
All right, we will go on go. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so last we left off, we had just defeated Stallard after showing off the new skip, Pogate skip, because that was found about a month ago, right when I had been like, yo, do you want to run this on GDQ? It's like, yeah. A couple days later. So we have a new skip.
Yeah, I was glad to at least been able to show it off for you guys because it's very flashy.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of flashy, the bomb strat here is also pretty flashy. So TGD set down a bomb to kill the first Shadow Beast, and you didn't even really see it. You might have heard it. And that lets us do the fight a little bit faster, but it's pretty cool. Gonna get some hearts so that we don't die, but we're going to warp and do the biggest time save in this run. All right?
Yeah.
Blink and you'll miss it. You're talking about silver rupee with door storage, right?
Yes, I'm talking about getting the silver rupee
hi,
with
kids.
door storage and backslice, because you have backslice, right?
I got some bad news for you there.
Yeah, you can't even get it. You don't have a real shield.
Yeah. I mean, if it was
That extra
rando,
progression.
I mean, you can get it in rando without a shield.
True. So TGD is going to go up to this owl statue here and do a trick called statue clip by aligning a rough angle and then transforming and doing what's called transform clip. And now we're in the statue, and that saves about, what, 30, 40 minutes?
I've heard over an hour, so I don't know. I don't actually know how
I'm
much
thinking
it
like
is.
versus what Glitchless does.
Oh,
It probably originally saved over an hour, yeah.
Because you have to do the Dom Rod quest, you have to do the cat quest. Well, you have to do Hugo Archery.
I love Hugo Archery. I've done Hugo Archery with a slingshot.
so now we're gonna play tag with fire for a little bit.
True.
Oh yeah, this is where we can
playing
talk
in
about
French.
being French.
What's Fire's name in French?
I am not too sure, actually. I know it's Toby in German.
Fair enough. Guy, how does this work as the one of us that plays in French?
So I'm gonna say yes. I want you to fix my cannon, but he's like, bro, you don't have money. I'm like, darn it. But for some reason, if I roll back to him and select special repairs, that option works for being able to. I think in French, it just doesn't have the check to see if you have rupees when you do it like this. So I can be like, okay, fix it. And I was like, okay, I'll take 18 rupees, I guess. So he just really gives us a good deal.
It doesn't check for your amount. It just passes you because you have rupees. You can also have 0, I believe. But it just takes all of your rupees. So if you had like 600, it would take those too.
Yeah, I think it was Acer, I think, that found it browsing some random French forum.
Yeah, okay, this is a fun one to talk about. So, in The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker, we got a trick called, I don't know what we call it, tuner glitch, we'll call it tuner glitch, where basically it was found by Azer, who is a well-known Wind Waker and Skyward Sword glitch hunter, moderator, all of that stuff. He found an old French forum that basically said, hey, you can unplug the tuner and then plug it back in and it will work in restricted areas, which is a trick that we used when I ran at PAX a few weeks ago. Shout outs to PAX. It was great. And on that same vein of thought, he just kind of went down a rabbit hole and also found that on that same website, or maybe it was a Reddit thread, something like that, but still French, someone talking about how they didn't pay rupees for Fire to fix the cannon. And then we find you don't have to. And then we found out that it didn't save time because French text was that slow.
Oh my god.
But now that Pogate skip is a thing, now it saves time.
A whole second.
Of course it does.
Because it routed
out
a few rupees. Nice bomb. Because it routed out a few rupees. The time that it takes us to get the rupees that would replace those set French in front by a second.
Amazing.
I'm going to transform here for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, this is done for absolutely no reason at all, and TGD has saved 4 minutes.
Let's go.
There is a fan in this room, at the top of this room, that is not turned on right now because of the way that TGD did that.
Yeah, basically Wolf Link is able to open the door from further away from Link, or from further away than Human Link can. And in doing so, he's able to just completely avoid the ground trigger that's like, hey, turn the fan on. So we just simply skip over that. It's not hard at all. It's got a pretty big range of positions that work.
Yeah, the reason it does work is, like you had said, like Wolf Link is able to open the door farther away than Link, but Wolf Link's position is checked with his hind legs rather than his front legs, while he's still able to, like, open a door from that. So, like, because his feet's not touching the floor trigger to turn that fan on, because it's checking his position with his hind legs, he just walks through it through the door, like as the door cutscene plays, basically.
Yep.
So it just doesn't care, and it's like, yeah, no, there's no fan here.
It's a very cool little trick that was found later than you would probably guess. It's from like 2018.
Oh, wow. That is, God, I was going to say more recent than I expected, but then I sat there, I was like, that's 7 years ago. Jesus Christ.
It was found less than 2 years before TGD and I started running the game.
Oh my god.
Or before TGD started running the game, before I started learning it. I made a point of making my first run like January 1st. I was ready for runs for a while.
Never mind. We're good. I was thinking I
So
was
that
about
small
the wrong
key that we
thing.
got, reminder, that small key that we got, if you can manage to skip that in any percent, you've got yourself some cool hard cash.
$200. You could buy like 200 $1 bills with that.
You could buy 1.5 copies of this game.
Also true.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky, yes.
TP copies are pretty hard to come by for a reasonable price. I think I spent like $60 on my NTSC copy. I think I got my PAL for about $100, but that was like 4 and 5 years ago, respectively. And they've only gone up since then.
My NTSC copy is my childhood copy, and my PAL copy cost me $120.
They aren't cheap.
When Jay decided he wanted to run the game, we crawled in one day 5 different retro stores. Could not find a single. Well, we found exactly one GameCube copy. Everyone else just had it for Wii or not at all.
I have it for Wii for like $6.12 because Wii is so readily available.
It was a launch title, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was basically the GameCube swan song and the Wii's launch title. Because the GameCube was discontinued in production the year after in 2007.
Boo.
The other fun. Yeah.
They're not okay.
I like that you showed them. I don't normally show them.
Yeah, I do it by. I always do it by holding target because I use like their jumping animation as my cue to like shoot the claw. It's really easy to see when you're holding L.
That makes sense. I've done it differently for a while.
These chickens are so cursed. These look like they belong in a Nier game or in a Drakengard game.
So
Man chicken?
these
Can I get man chickens in chat?
named man chicken per the TP little guy spreadsheet, and they were named by, I don't know how to say his last name, Dan Salvato.
Oh yeah, Salvato. Oh my
I
god.
remembered how to say his name.
Of course, the creator of Doki
FFC.
Doki Literature. Yeah, the creator of
Doki
FFC, Doki Doki Literature Club, and various Smash Brothers mods. Of course, he would be the one who comes up with the name Man Chicken. Also, runner of Yoshi's Story.
Yeah, he ran that at GDQ this last year, didn't he?
I believe so. Yes, he'd been trying to get that in for a long time too. The All Melons category, I believe.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that. I just don't remember if I have the event right. Cool guy, as far as I know. I've never talked to him. Just his accolades make him seem cool.
Shout out to Awabi for the setup.
Shout outs to Spike Vegeta for this also.
There is a pretty precise shot you can do on between that, I guess, past that gate. Before we used to just free aim it, which I still do it as like a backup if I mess up the setup somehow in some way, but Awabi made a buffered setup that makes it basically free. Like the buffer is frame perfect technically, but it's not hard. So I don't really consider it to be nice. A difficult trick by any means. Okay, the land, the boomerang, please. Thank you.
All right, and this next trick is going to be called Kai Clip. Kai Clip is named for its founder, Muffin. So we'll see what that looks like here in a second. It's a really cool trick where you just like clip through this. It's like a line of collision that's just missing. It was misaligned when they actually attached the grate to the ceiling or floor, depending on what side of it you're on. So yeah, shout outs to Muffin for this. Muffin's great.
They were
well-known,
they were big when it came to like a big part of making Pogate skip and just like find. I think they found step clip, if I'm not mistaken, which is like the big stepping stone for Pogate skip working.
They are a well-known and actually just very well-known Breath of the Wild and Twilight Princess glitch hunter. She's great.
I'm very glad that the Helmasaur decided to not be in the way.
Yeah, thank you, Leroy.
Because those Helmasaurs can just kind of end up immediately in front of where you land after doing that clip and bring you right back down from whence you came. I've seen it happen.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot can happen with. Is it Leroy at top? I'm not too sure.
Leroy's up top. So the one down below was named Jenkins, I don't know how long ago. And because of that, the top one, I took it upon myself to, when we found KaiClip, to go, all right, this one can mess you up. I think I was the first one to get messed up by it. At least the first one to report getting messed up by it. So I was like, all right, I get to name this one. This one's Leroy, so it's Leroy Jenkins.
I'm going to be trying to make a fan cycle in this, fan tower. It's not too hard to make, but it does require some quick aiming. Quick and precise aiming, I should say. Because you do want to hit certain parts of the fan as well as just getting to them quickly.
Fan Tower's a fun one to practice because it's just like, it's raw, quick, cool movement in my mind.
Yeah, I can see that. It's definitely a very neat room. Like, this whole dungeon is pretty neat because I think just this claw shot is super cool as a item in Zelda.
I'm like failing to hold target to hold claw. Because if you hold target
I was just
before,
not paying attention to that.
I might be able to yell
But if
this
you're going
one.
to do it.
Oh, that was a little low.
This whole
Yeah, if you-
dungeon is an LJA playground, though. So yeah, like Amber said, it's a cool one. A lot of runners really like it. I'm weird that I don't really like it that much.
It's
I
at
think
least cool to watch.
Very samey. It's very cool to watch.
Like,
I can
sitting in
definitely
sky
see
in a
the
task
complaint that it's,
especially is really cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I can see the complaint that it's like samey, like as a runner. I mean, even
Yeah,
visually,
but-
it's a little bland because it's basically all one color.
That's just Twilight Prince.
That's just-
You're
that's just
not
Twilight
wrong. The
Princess.
entire game is just brown.
Until the part where it's like purple.
Yeah. And then, like, the
We're
HD
almost
version came
there.
around, and it's like, would you like brown but in heavy bloom?
Hello? Okay, hello. I'm going to
There's Argy
intentionally
Wargy.
go slow as
Everybody's
to not
favorite
get
Draggy
cool
Maggie.
game.
But yeah, please don't cool game.
As funny as that would be, I don't want to lose, 5 minutes.
Probably less. I'd say like 3, but yeah.
Yeah, so if you get back onto that pillar soon enough, you can easily just get back on Argorak's tail. It's not too precise.
That is the biggest time save in this entire fight.
Yes. That saves like 45 seconds. So Argorok doesn't fly around again.
Yeah, so we have consistent cycles for Argorok Phase 2. Let's just follow a set of steps. There is a more advanced way of doing it where you can basically make Argorok roar a little bit sooner and only have to basically cut down how many P-hats you have to travel before you can get onto her back. If you want to see it and demonstrated in full, I would check out the glitchless task because that does it the fastest because it has faster aiming. Even in GCN, a task can't do it perfectly because we just simply can't aim as fast on GameCube as we can. But if you're interested in seeing it, I would check out Bewild the Beast's glitchless task from about a couple years ago now. Or a year ago now, sorry.
I was really going. I was about to check. I'm like, I swear it was last year. If it was 2, I'm going to be slightly upset.
I mean, I think we've had periodic moments of just throughout this whole run just being upset by the passage of time.
Yeah, that's the theme of this run. Time is fake.
Because I started my task shortly after he unveiled his. But all we're really doing right now is tricking Argrok into thinking that we fell down, and that makes her get winded and stop spewing flames. So I'm dropping below her fire there, and that makes her stop shooting her fire. Phase 3 is going to be a little bit different. Because she tries to fake you out and do a little switcheroo on you, but
yeah,
again,
it's in essence the same thing. It's just the same end result, accounting for the switcheroo.
Like if you can count to at least 4, you're okay for this fight. If you can't, you're out of luck.
If you can't count to 4, you've failed some things earlier already. So please do not teach Twilight Princess speedrunning to a toddler.
Or a Zelda one runner. I say that, and yet Jay's been learning the run. But Z1 runners struggle to count to 10. I know that from experience.
Oh no. For Stallard Skip, you have to count to 14.
Oh no!
15 if you do claw shots, the holding claw shot strats. Oh hey, she made an appearance finally.
Yo. Yeah.
It's late. It's 11:30 at night, so she's getting hyper.
Ah yes, the zoomies. There she goes.
Linda, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's around 11:30 every night. She goes crazy. For Ice Shredder, you count to 104. You know what, Badamja, you're right.
Is that?
If anyone wants to watch Ice Shredder, look at Glubber's Jotwad PB.
I'm double checking that it's 104.
I'm pretty sure it is 104.
It's 10 something. $140.
Well then. So the moral of the story is that TP runners can count.
Yes, you need to learn to count for The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I'm now double checking with ZSR that I didn't typo it when I moved it to my new bot. $106.
Oh,
Wait, no. How do you get 140 from 106? What?
I can turn on TP and figure out what the right number is. I'm not upset by iShredder, just most people are.
It's whatever it says on ZSR, because I did it like a few weeks ago.
Then it's 106.
is it your Jotwad PB that is done with Ice Shredder?
Okay, so my story with the Jotwad thing, the short answer is yes. Okay. The thing is, I had a Jotwad run where I did iShredder, and then I was told a few days later it was invalid because I didn't die right. Jotwad is jump off the watchtower and die. I didn't die correctly for the leaderboard, so it was invalidated. So my response was to learning this at 11 a.m., having to be at work at like noon. I was like... All right, so I went live, I did another run, said, that's take 2 on Jotwad, did it, and said, all right, I'm done. And then I've never run the category again until like a few weeks ago. I don't know if that was a PB because I wasn't counting.
I remember that stream because it's a random early morning stream. Like, why are you live?
Yeah, I did Ice Shredder and then went offline like 10 minutes later.
Like, you should not be live right now. Also, this is Palace of Twilight. There's not a whole lot that goes on. It's mostly casual. There are a few LJAs that we can do to speed stuff up, and then fast ways of doing stuff. But for the most part, it's just going fast. That's really the last hour in a nutshell. It's not terribly broken, but it is, possible to be really good at endgame. Like, people have gotten 58-minute endgames where my PB, for example, has a 101, 102 endgame. So you can definitely be better
there's definitely
or worse at it.
micro time saves for sure. Shout outs to Palace of 7 Small Keys. There's 7 small keys. You see this chest spawning animation? We're going to see that a lot.
Mm-hmm. Also, to the person in chat who says that my toddler can count to 20, that is genuinely impressive.
Wait, hold on, what?
Yes, when you were saying
that is impressive.
Do not teach Twilight Princess to a toddler because of counting. It was just like, my toddler can count to 20, and I'm like, no, that's impressive. I knew how to read and write I knew how to do rudimentary reading and knew how to write my name and the alphabet and stuff before I was even in kindergarten. So like, yeah, no, that's impressive.
I don't know what I knew how to do, but I know that I beat Pokemon Blue as a toddler. Also, this part guy needs to hear things.
Yeah. Yep.
I can't hear. I didn't hear him. He just didn't make a sound.
Yeah, and so when he doesn't make a sound, that's a fun one, because this game was optimized for the Nintendo Wii, which is a 16:9 game. So the audio, it doesn't play the stereo audio if he's visible, but it's optimized for 16:9.
Yeah.
So there's just a little range that you can't see him or hear him on GameCube.
Yeah, I've noticed that because there was a while where Jay just couldn't get the stereo audio to work at all. It was all coming in mono for him, and then I fixed it for him. And like, he was learning the fight that way, and I was listening in because he screen shared it on Discord with audio, and he was like, I can't hear that. And I was like, he's too far away. Like, he's just too far away for you to hear him. I didn't know why, but now that I know why, it sadly makes sense.
Yeah. He's just off screen to the left or right by a little bit.
Yeah. Does 5 count as toddler? I actually don't know where the toddler stage ends in life. But if so, I integered overflowed my stud count in Lego Star Wars, the original trilogy as a That is what? Oh.
That is the most QWERTY message ever.
I just appreciate that you're just running past all of these enemies, just holding the orb. It's like, nah, I don't have time for this. We're doing a speed run.
They're super easy to
one of those
avoid.
was named Clarence.
If they do hit you, it sucks. But if you get hit, I mean, you deserve the time loss if you get hit by those guys, in my opinion. So
Yeah,
it's not all that bad.
The one who was Clarence was the one that messes up Hundo sometimes.
Oh yeah, Hundo is an exception.
Yeah, there is a heart piece in that room, that last room.
Oh.
This next room is called Stupid Room.
Why is it called Stupid Room?
Just see.
Because it's a very intelligent room. Did not get coosed. Ow.
You know, one of the less stupid end results. Still somewhat
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, I
I've seen
jumped a
worse
little bit
happen in
early.
that room.
I had a run at one point before like the Pogate skip was found that was like 2.5 minutes ahead in Palace. And on the reverse of Stupid Room, I went to claw shot a heart. I ended up claw shotting the wall and killing my run to not being able to get back up. It was heartbreaking.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, it's called Stupid Room with good reason. Everything in there is just awkward. None of it's actually bad, but that's what makes it stupid. What is happening?
I wish I could tell you, Glovers, but I'm still not entirely sure myself. I just forgot how damage works on these guys, apparently.
You know, it's somewhat common when I'm the one running for me to interrupt my train of thought while talking and go, what is even happening right now? It's kind of rare for me to be the commentator looking at it and go, what is
What is
happening?
I would just press a button, see what would happen at that point. Like,
Got caught pressing buttons.
a cool LJA there. You can also do a cool claw shot. You can also do a cool jump onto the wall and then claw shot up. There's this.
That room is Cool Room after Stupid Room. It's not actually called that, but I'm calling it that now.
We should pioneer it now.
TGD needs audio again. Good RNG being able to see him. And good RNG showing up in the middle.
Yeah. Good second Xanth there.
If you're really lucky, he'll spawn in the middle every single time.
Wait, that's actually possible?
Uh-huh.
Huh.
I spent like 2 weeks trying to get it in my task on the first one, and I just couldn't get it. Because like in the first few rooms of Palace, there's just not much that calls RNG. So it's actually really hard to manipulate RNG in the first like wing of Palace. What am I doing? So I spent forever trying to get the double or like all middle spawns, but I did get it in the west wing or the east wing.
Shoutouts to this Shadow Beast, the one in the room that we're just leaving, being in front of the Saul in my current All Dungeons PB, so I hit it with the claw shot, and it started to aggro me, immediately lost aggro, and went back to being in front of the Saul.
So welcome to Walk Straight room.
That lost me close to 20 seconds.
Twilight Princess is a video game.
In fairness, it should have lost me less if I weren't stunned that it happened.
Yeah.
I also greatly appreciate that when you can't skip a cutscene, like in English, the start button icon will show up and say can't skip whenever you're mashing it. In French, it's impossible. And I'm just like very tickled by that.
Yeah. That's a good one. There's a lot of like good things like that in the different languages. Like it's either Spanish or Italian when you're rounding up the goats, and it goes B.
That's
It's like
Spanish.
7 E's.
It's Spanish.
It's Spanish.
It's so good.
It's supposed to be like bah, like the goat noise.
Yeah.
But it just is really funny to read.
Oh my god. Like the Minecraft update that added bees, and like the only note you have
Goodbye,
for that
cruel
patch
world.
notes is just bees.
That was a lot closer than it needed to be, TGD.
Yeah.
It was. I've had it where I voided out, got the void, and then the cutscene played after I spawned back in.
Oh. Actually, that would have been cool to see. Here's Excalibur.
I have a clip of it. Yeah, for some reason it's called Excalibur in French. It isn't in any other language.
Yeah.
Also,
What are
my
the other
first ever.
ones
Huh?
Right. So Stallard skip in French isn't Stallard skip, it's Humbaba skip.
Humbaba. Yeah, fun fact, my first sub 3 voided at that fog wall. And that spawns you all the way back at the entrance to the east wing.
Yeah, sure does.
I actually got a roll okay. Like that.
Nice.
But I got a roll stab instead of a quick spin. And then I went to jump anyway, and a roll stab does not clear the fog like a quick spin does, so.
That Baba is not annoying enough to have a name marginally.
Just call it marginally.
That's now Marge.
There you go.
Somebody let
Why do you
Willow
go
know.
backwards?
Added to the little guy's spreadsheet, Marge, short for marginally, is the name that it gets because it's just not quite annoying enough to have a real person's name.
True. Where is Willow? Wait, what time is it in the Netherlands? The middle of the night is the answer.
I was gonna say, like, upwards of like 5 or 6 a.m. at best. It is almost 1 a.m. here in the East Coast.
Right. That's not a normal time for people to be like, it's somewhat late.
Yeah, no, you and I will look at the clock and be like, the night is still young. Oh, wait, maybe it's a little mature. But to us, it's still young.
Well, I'm sitting here thinking about dinner. It's 10 p.m.
No, same. Actually, same.
I was just thinking about what I want to eat after this run is done before I go to bed. 'Cause I have to be up at 6. I have to be up in 6.5 hours for work.
Oh, no. Thank you to the chatters responding that it's nearly 7 a.m.
Oh, God, no, apparently I don't know time zones.
And the one Finnish telling us that it's nearly 8 in Finland.
Finland.
If you have been here since Fast Travel started airing, you have watched the sun come up. What are you doing?
Fast travel is such a cool idea. I originally heard the idea and I thought it was like going to feature like devs from specific parts of the world.
No, it's runners from different parts of the world,
Yeah.
which I think is actually delightful.
Oh, definitely.
Because I've dragged many a UK and other like EU runner onto this show, and a couple of Australians as well. And I feel guilty, except for the Australians. It's normal time for them. But like for anyone in the EU and UK, I feel guilty whenever I have y'all on my show. Bless y'all for being here and like being willing to run for me. But oh my God, you finally have a show that's maybe a little more friendly for you.
Uh-oh.
Goodbye.
Yeah. There we go.
I just didn't slash my sword like I usually do for some reason, so. Oh well. Hi. How are you?
Yeah, they've at least got the show for it now, which is great.
Yeah. I always try to make sure when I do usually do one weekend special most of the time, and it's like my yearly Sonic marathon that takes place over 2 days, usually in like June or so. And I always make sure like that front half of that schedule, that is for the Europeans. We start early, like on the afternoon or on the weekends, so that we have the ability to actually get Europeans on the show at a reasonable hour.
Yep. Well, I mean, during like the mainline events, that's usually what the I don't know if that complaint is even the right word. Statement of fact is, well, you have it all day, so we actually do get to see some stuff, but no, we don't get the main stuff because that's in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Like they got to be pulling my hours like in their time zone to see primetime US stuff.
Exactly. But that's why we have things like Awful Block or Silly Block.
Oh, those are
happens.
highlights, honestly.
They are, absolutely. And it's at, what, 1 a.m. usually?
Yeah, the one year I hosted AGDQ 2021, the 1 year I hosted for mainline was one of the shifts was Awful Block, and I had the distinct pleasure of like hosting like 3 Dirty Dwarves and Zedet. Zedet was a wild ride. Oh my god. And yeah,
That's awesome.
Chat's mentioning loving how the stream instant replayed TGD Falling into the Void earlier. Shout outs to my producer Richard. He's the producer of this show, has been for the last 5, almost 6 years, and love his work doing instant replays and everything he does as a producer for me. Huge shout outs to Richard. That's Augendrocker as he appears in chat.
How do you know how to pronounce that?
I didn't originally. But yeah, no, it's Augendrocker.
All right, noted, and I will continue to call him Richard.
Yeah, no. It's just everyone calls him. I mean, to be fair, Augendrocker is his name backwards.
Augendrocker's good.
Yeah. It's just Richard, last name backwards.
This has been the second half of Palace of Twilight. This is generally referred to as the Enter Zant segment. In my opinion, it's one of the more fun ones to do. There's a lot of cool stuff that you do, and it's like heavily varied in what you do. From the appearance of like your average chatter, you've seen everything that we're doing before. The devil's in the details, as it were. The reasons that it's cool are not reasons that easily get highlighted. So y'all have seen this before. We're just yapping.
Get ready for really long Zant text, by the way. It just like lingers for a long time for no reason. Just because it can.
Big time loss for French.
Good old French Zant. And also, if folks didn't already know, and I found this out like well after I found out Richard's name, Railcoon's, our other producer, Railcoon's username is literally just nuclear backwards. That was the point.
That one I did know. I didn't know immediately.
Shockingly, I didn't know that one, and I sat there. I was like, "What? How am I only now learning this?" And Ray's just laughing, just dying of laughter. Like, I see you didn't know.
The first time I was ever on a hotfix, I was commentating for Ray's old show. For
the Community
Twilight
Spotlight.
Princess. Yeah, it was TP 100%.
Oh, Lord.
Yep. That was in 2021. And I think the first thing that I ever said to Ray was, "Is your name Nuclear backwards?" They were very excited to say yes.
Yeah, usually people don't clock that. The Zant fight is really genuinely cool.
It is. Oh my god, it's so cool. Nice one, or two framer.
If you like do that combo weirdly, there's 2 frames where you can one cycle Zant.
Yeah, so at that time, the reason that I had clocked that as quickly as I did, I assume, my master's is in solar physics, which is a very atomic physics-based degree. I was in a nuclear physics class at the time.
Oh.
And now I've been graduated for a number of years, so I just dated myself again.
We may or may not have a bunch of old fogies in the call right now. It's
TGD's not that old.
Really?
Yeah, TGD's the youngest one here by far.
Yeah.
I just turned 24 on the day of, or the day that Mid had her 90% run. Was the day
Thursday the 11th.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you can do the math.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm also a known, like, Link to the Past, like, not enjoyer, if you will. I don't think it's a bad game. It's so important historically, but I just don't enjoy it. And I remember someone being like, in chat, like, yeah, someone who was born, like, well after a game's release, hating a retro game, of course. And I was just like, I was born in 93. I'm like, what are you getting at? Like, I grew up with like the SNES and stuff and like the Genesis and NES. I just don't like the game. Oh, I love plenty of old games. Just not that one.
Oh, this is our only required use of ball and chain.
For real.
Yep. Every other one has a way to skip it, or it just saves time because it's fast. Here, it's hard required. Also, I've never seen anybody do that before.
I live by the mindset of if you can meme during a run and not lose time for it, it's a requirement.
Oh, I do too. I absolutely do too. Phantom's commentated for me enough. I mess around.
Yeah.
I've just never seen that.
I also feel like you are statistically much more likely to do that kind of nonsense if you're a tasser. Because you have to find ways to entertain yourself in downtime during tasks, and doing really dumb things is the way you do it.
Oh yeah, on Palace 2 for the task, I spent more time doing really funny stuff than actually tasking the important aspects of the dungeon.
Love it.
Like, you can do some really funny stuff while you're like waiting on a platform or, you know, waiting for a Zant head to spawn.
Oh, I have a very important question before we get anywhere near Ganon. Can we wear the iron boots in the closing cutscene? The world needs to hear the clanking during during the end cutscene.
Guy is a clonker. Guy is a clonker.
You'll be sad to hear I didn't do it in my PP.
Aw. I mean, it's not a mandatory thing for every run, but it's just like, no, I think chat needs to witness this. There's a few different items you can equip during the a couple different items you can equip during the end cutscene, but the iron boots to me is by far the funniest one.
It's the best in Hundo because you can put on the unpowered magic armor, iron boots, and lantern. The cat's being very camera happy right now. She's just chilling on her little post.
Yeah, she's in like the perfect position.
Yeah. She's like, I'm in the spotlight now, bro.
So this run's about me, not you. She just even gives you like the look.
All right, I have messaged Willow about Marge.
Excellent. I'm glad that we've been able to contribute.
Yeah, I'm having it credit you as the namer there.
The one thing I'll ever do for Twilight Princess, besides be like, hey, you want to showcase a run?
There you go. I grabbed Cat. Hello, Linda.
Yay! 3-minute unskippable cutscene. Cat time. Hi, Linda.
Oh,
Oh,
she is not pleased. She has been offended.
She's fine. Aren't you?
I have breathed the air of the 1980s.
was the air quality worse then?
Well, that's a good question. My guess is
That was
probably.
a weirdly deep question for something that was supposed to be as
depends
simple
on
as
where you
smoking
live, but
laws
the answer
being
is
more open.
probably.
Midna's a squid, by the way. That spider-looking thing is a squid, totally. So we call her Squidna.
It's a prime opportunity that they're missing out on in Splatoon. to have a cameo.
You're a kid now. You're a kidna now. You're a squidna now.
Yeah.
All right, here is Hyrule Castle, the end game. It's kind of cool. It definitely suffers from there isn't anything unique. We've done everything else like before. Are you gonna do Hyrule 1 or Barrier 1 skip?
No, I haven't learned that.
Fair enough.
I also have 9
It saves like a
bombs.
second if you get it first try. I know how to do it, but I would it's like the kind of thing that I would do in a showcase, but basically very few people have reason to do at all.
Yeah, the second you say it saves a second in a 3-hour run is the moment you kind of lose me. It's like in a showcase, sure, but it's like if given the chance to learn that, and I'm told it saves a second, and there's other things I don't know yet. Nah, nah, fam. Or like the jump that you like to do that saves 2 seconds and loses 30.
Oh, I don't do Hylia Hop.
Oh, you don't do it.
I know
Okay.
how. I developed a setup for it, so people can if they want to. I don't do it. Would I do it in a showcase? Maybe. It doesn't look like it's not particularly like visually pleasing. Where like Barrier 1 skip is, right? Because you like do an LJ, you do a specific LJA and land on the shrubbery.
The
I
shrubbery.
should have done what's it called? Early City with an LJA, because I do know how to do that.
Oh God.
Oh.
But you can
wanna talk
LJA
about,
through the gap instead of doing a wolf.
If we want to talk about like routing stuff with all of the like angle finding tools that we've had since like LJA Early City was a thing, I guess it's more viable to throw in a route these days.
I
I
thought
don't
that
want to reroute 80 though.
I thought that enemy, when he pulled out the key to give it to you, he just said friends. Like that's what I thought, because this text was scrolling so fast in French, and I was just like, did he just say friends and give Link a key and ride off into the sunset? The other thing I contributed was the Qbert comparison much earlier in the run.
Yes.
It's like
True.
It's like, this is Qbert screen. Just a really, really boring game of Qbert. This year's Summer Zelda-thon, Minda won the position of most iconic LGBTQ plus representative.
Hey,
I love it.
I was there.
What am I doing?
I ran Echoes of Wisdom.
And then
because,
commentated Minish Cap, right?
Yes, because I run everything. That was actually really fun. I had a lot of fun commentating that Minish Cap run.
I mean, I also came in just to remark on how Jiggy said jigified.
Yeah, he did do that.
I went over, stole a headphone from Jay, and just spoke into the mic to like criticize Jiggy, and just being like, I never want to hear that again. Shout outs to Jiggy, who does weekend hosting for us for some of our one-off specials. Often things like Oops All Zelda 1 and 2, and Oops You Died 1 and 2.
And Oops All Pokemon 1
Oops.
and 2.
Yeah.
The Oops All series.
Is pretty
likes
great,
the
yeah.
Yeah, Jiggy's awesome.
And we just had, like, I think there's still clips floating around from that Zelda-thon run where Jiggy just got completely mangled by Discord trying to, like, imitate, like, AOL dial-up sounds or something.
That's amazing.
Like, I think it's somewhere in mine and Jay's DMs. I'll dig them up later.
my favorite part of the Minish Cap run was Minish Cap is my favorite game of all time, and I was learning the speed run at the time, right? But I hadn't gotten to the end game yet. So I forgot about the Dark Nut fight before Vadi.
Oh god. Yeah.
So when Tej walked into the room for the Dark Nut fight, I was like, yeah, this is Vadi. And I said that on mic. I said, all right, so we're going to start the Vadi fight here. And then there were 3 Dark Nuts. I was like, the one on the right is named Vadi. It's really embarrassing. It's a common name in Hyrule.
Actually, no, it wasn't like AOL dial-up sounds. It was Daytona. It was him yelling Daytona in a falsetto. And Discord's like, nah. It's like, Daytona! It just like cuts him out. Oh,
that's
my
fantastic.
goodness.
Oh, I love Jiggy. He's a ball of chaos.
For real. Honestly, like...
in the most polite way possible.
I feel like this game, also as a speed game, is like a ball of chaos, but in the chillest way possible.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a very chill run to listen to and watch. But depending on what you're implementing, it is utter chaos.
Yeah, I mean, to call back a little bit, I personally am very used to this game's unique brand of chaos, as we're putting it, to where I was like, oh, right, we're doing Pogate skip, and then stopped my train of thought and started talking about the trick. Right, we're not normally like clipped into collision and aligning a specific angle. Yeah. This is what's happening.
Yeah, this game has a brand of nonsense that is present in other Zeldas, but there's just something about Twilight Princess's like brand of it that just
it has a special charm
unique.
to it.
It does. It really does. I think part of it is the fact that the game is still just barely under 3 hours because of all these mandatory things that you have to do. But like, it's just like, yeah, now imagine if we didn't do any of this. How long is Glitchless?
It's like 5.5 hours.
My statement stands. Now imagine if we didn't do any of that.
Which form of glitchless?
There's multiple forms of glitchless for this game. Besides Wii
chaos
versus
extends to the
GameCube.
community.
Oh no.
No, it extends to the community too. We have JP glitchless versus Western.
Okay.
Japanese glitchless versus Western.
Ouch.
And anybody can go to speedrun.com/TP and look at our leaderboards and realize that one of them is just written in, I believe it's kanji.
I think it's katakana.
Is it katakana?
Take a look.
Yeah.
That one is Bagunashi. That is Japanese glitchless. There.
That's
well,
hiragana. That's hiragana.
Yeah.
So it's hiragana.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know what just happened with TGD. I was like wondering what was going on.
Yeah, no, like I looked up and I was like, what in the world has happened?
See, I got hit by
watched
the
it
spinner.
happen. Yeah,
I got
that was
stuck
cool.
on the stairs.
So yeah, you just see like English, hiragana, English, which is a little bit interesting, but it's just like the chaos extend, like the community is a reflection of the game in that way, right? Where we just kind of do that stuff. We're all very used to it. So, you know, sure. Well, like the reason for it is we respect the Japanese rule sets, but we wanted to develop our own rule sets too and have them represented. Like, it makes a lot of sense.
Oh, yeah.
The absurdity of actually just leaving it in hiragana is... I still don't know why we did that.
Also, I am very glad that TGD did not hard lock the game on Zelda. You can do that, by the way. You can hard lock Zelda, like immediately going into the fight. Isn't it like pulling up your item wheel the frame the fight starts or something? Or the frame she starts moving?
The frame that the nameplate text shows up.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And TG is making the Triforce here. Never mind, that's a square.
Now we ruined it. It is no longer a triangle.
Now it's turning into maybe a smiley face?
It's a pot fort, bro.
I got a pop fort.
Oh,
No, my pot.
And yeah, the hiragana translates to, or like is pronounced bagonashi, and it means no bugs, or it is literally like what you would call a glitchless category, like in Japanese, which I think it's cool that it's like left in Japanese.
Yeah, for sure. It's what?
what?
Huh. I don't know how I hit it back. I tried to do a jump attack into an auto spin.
That's never happened before. What?
We had gone this whole run without saying it.
That actually has, like, I've never seen that. How did... Huh?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Thank you, Richard. Now I can catch the replay. Huh.
Like, yeah, looking at it again, I still don't get it. Like, we're in the middle of the Ganon fight. I'm looking at that replay, and I'm like, no, that doesn't make any sense to me.
What?
Like, this Ganon fight's happening.
What?
We're reducing lag.
Yeah, we're fighting Beast Ganon. Email me, something like that.
Ah, yes, the fight that could have been summed up in an email.
That's a really good way to refer to it. Oh, this fight could have been an email.
I messed it up.
Oh, is that katakana for the first two characters? I think it is, yeah. Yeah, chat's right. Because I saw the last two and I was like, no, that's hiragana. But no, the answer is it's both.
So it's improper. Question mark?
If the first word is a loan word, you would use katakana for it. If it's borrowed
regardless?
from,
Okay.
yeah.
Interesting.
It's like if you took an American name, like mine, like Amber, you would put it in katakana in the middle of a hiragana or kanji sentence. Or a sentence with hiragana and kanji.
Yeah.
Like my name would always appear in katakana no matter what.
That makes sense.
So Ganon's about to Billy Mays this.
Yeah.
Because wait, there's more.
I'm still just trying to figure out what happened. Like mentally.
We've broke Glubbers.
This is horseback. Phantom. How does horseback work?
Zelda shoots in the direction that Epona is looking.
No, it's RNG.
Yes, which is controlled by you. It is
Yeah.
not RNG.
I mean, technically, you can make her aim for you.
You can make the aim RNG by not holding anything on the stick. That is true.
And just hoping that Epona does the thing you want her to.
Well, she does like
then
aim for
Zelda
you.
tries
if
to
you
free
lose
aim,
some
yeah.
Really?
But it's not fast because you are moving faster if you're holding a direction. So it's just an instance of get good, basically.
Just look at
Shoutouts again to
Ganondorf.
Dark Souls.
Chat, I have a question. Chat, would you hear Ganon's desire?
If you can speak French,
We're not
I
in
guess.
German, so we can't do the cool thing.
That's the saddest part about French is that you can't do the funny German thing. Because on German, for some reason, this is the normal text box and not auto text. Or there's a normal text box to start it, and then it's auto from there.
Yes, you can advance the text box as well as they advance manually. So if you cancel them at a certain point, you can like retain a text box on screen for the fight. Doesn't do anything. It's just funny.
Ah, yes, remember
And also-
Iron Boots after, like, at the end.
Senior
nonsense.
Dumal. What does that mean?
All right, time will be here in just a second.
Yeah, when we do, thank you.
Lantern? Boots.
Time.
Time.
GG.
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 What was the final time? I don't have my own splits
TGGD.
or.
It was a 304.
Okay.
It was a high 304. 304, 57, I think.
Okay, that sounds about right then.
58. I was waiting for the recap to get back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was TP any percent. Basically, mostly where the route stands nowadays. Didn't do DSS or didn't do Stallard skip, but everything else is basically what the route is looking like nowadays, which is, if you compare it to Alberto's run at AGDQ or even Mid's run from last week, because she still runs an older route, it's quite different, and it was fun to be able to show off how much the route has changed since then.
Yeah, and Stallard skip is very difficult and is one of those things where it's like, if you're new to the game or if you still have other time save, find those other time saves first. Worry about Stallard skip later. But yeah, no, that was a very fun run. And shout outs to like you for doing it and also learning Pogate skip when it became a thing, and Glovers and Phantom for doing commentary as well.
PC, just like trying to learn and figure stuff out about it for like a week straight. And like I
Yeah.
spent like 30 hours over the course of a few days just messing with it and trying to understand it.
For sure. And do y'all have any shout outs that you'd like to make about yourselves or about the community or anything like that as we wrap this run up? And did we want to do, like, I know you have to be up very, very early. Did you want to do any other showcase, like any other glitches, or like, we're going to call it here? I am totally fine calling it here.
We can show off a couple things. There are a couple funny things that would be fun to show off.
Sorry,
But-
just him running in the iron boots.
Yeah, we can show off a couple things after we do our shout outs if we want.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
But I guess in general, just Glubbers and Phantom, thank you guys for doing the commentary for me in this run. And thanks, obviously, Amber, for reaching out and giving me the chance to do the run, because it was a good time. And then in general, the TP community as a whole. If you are at all interested in learning this run, or just anything with TP, definitely join the TP Discord. It's easy to remember. It's just discord.gg/TP. We have very good resources. Our ZSR page is pretty well stacked, and then we also have various practice tools to aid you with your learning, as well as just plenty of people who are willing to help answer any questions you might have. So don't let us saying the run is hard like sway you away from doing it, because it just makes it that much more, I guess, rewarding when you do get the run.
Yeah. Like the documentation and the tools available for practice and learning far exceeded my expectations. Like when Jay started learning this game as his first 3D speedrun, and just seeing how quickly he was able to pick it up. Now he's able to pick things up fairly quickly, but for a first time 3D game, like, I was not expecting him to take as well to it. And like, I honestly think the documentation on ZSR and the practice mod and everything like that is a huge like, and the community's like helpfulness is a huge like reason that run has been like as good to him as it has been, honestly. So like definitely what TGD said, if you ever want to learn this game, do join the community, or at least check out the resources on Zelda Speedruns, or take a look at their tools that are available to learn the game. There's tons of resources for it, and the community is really helpful. So like, it's a really cool Zelda speedrun. It is the longest any percent in the series, but like, it's such a cool run. And Glubber's Phantom, y'all want to have anything you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I'll add on is for myself and be a little bit selfish for a moment.
Yeah.
If you guys like TwitchCon, or like GDQ, I will be at GDQ Express at TwitchCon in a month, running The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is going to be a fun time. I'll be doing an any percent run on the 18th. So if you guys liked Zelda runs, you liked my commentary, I'll be doing the same kind of commentary there. Check it out. Other than that, TGD said most of what I say during TP runs, so Phantom.
Yeah, the TP community is great, and while All Dungeons is a very good run, and I do like it a lot, I am currently taking a break to focus on Paper Mario All Bosses, because that category is like my child, and I want to get it in a state where it's good to show off at other events. So that's what I'm working on.
I love Paper Mario. Such a good run. Such a good game.
Yeah,
and
all bosses is equally as difficult as All Dungeons in this game, in my opinion, just for different reasons.
And so we're going to take a very, very short break to be able to set up to showcase a couple of really neat glitches, and then we'll wrap it up for the night. So stick around. We'll be right back with a couple of glitch showcases by TGD in just a moment. All right, everyone. Thank you for sticking around while we got the glitch showcase set up. We're just going to do a short glitch showcase with the guy downstairs showing off some of the funnier things that you can do in Twilight Princess alongside demonstrating the practice mod. So go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, so first of all, we're going to be... I went past the load zone. Did I? No. So initially, we're going to be showing off a silly little thing called Melted Postman. I will give, like, there's, like, a little bit of, like, flashiness. Why did it go from day to night to day? What?
It's...
There's, like, a little bit of flashy textures, but it's nothing too crazy. So we're going to start off by we're just doing map glitch again. I just did it there by unplugging my controller. And then I'm going to be calling Epona, or I guess I'm turning into a wolf. And then I'll be calling Epona and using her to get out of bounds, like we talked about a little bit earlier with Epona out of bounds.
Where she decides to start flying.
Yeah. So these actually go back weirdly far until you run out of, like, actual collision. But bam. This is Epona out of bounds. We have a Pegasus now.
Just start playing Ride of the Valkyries.
So here's Epona sinking because of the ground collision. Notice how it was even above us.
And then there it goes.
Oh! Oh! Oh no!
Fine.
Melted Link too! Oh my god!
Thought I would deliver a few letters, but it seems impossible. You don't say.
Yeah!
I'm the honorable and dependable letter carrier known as the postman. I don't think you are.
You look more like a pile of textures to me.
He's a pile of goop.
Oh yeah, no, he's getting worse too.
Yep.
And then you get to play around as Link like this.
Oh
can
my
just, like,
goodness.
And it's also, you're just like in a black void. I don't know why you become a void, but here we are.
If you look up.
She won't let me.
Oh, she won't let you.
You can
vaguely see a
if you're-
bit of light.
You can like
Yeah, you should be able to see the horizon line if you look up, but she's not letting us because of this.
but and then if
Go towards the light, Epona.
if I backflip off, I'm just since we have map glitch, we'll never void out. So we're just gonna be like this forever. Oh, there he is. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can bring the camera back to him if you see up.
The best part is if he's in a constant falling state like this and he doesn't void out, or even when he does void out, but it like shows the game over screen, the practice mod can actually show a lot of information, including like your X, Y, and Z position. And I believe it's the Z position will just continue, or maybe it's the Y position. One of them will just continually count up. Like, I think my partner had left it on like a game over screen while he was practicing, and then we went and made lunch, came back after like an hour, and it was like 50 million or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
It's like, nope, he just doesn't stop falling.
Yep, we can get all this debug info. I have like a experimental branch, so it has a bunch of extra stuff on it than would normally be there. But the next release, we'll be able to like show have not so much stuff be shown on the debug info, because like pretty much action and below is not really useful in most cases, but it's nice being able to have all that stuff shown.
Yeah.
We didn't touch on brake sliding. I did it a little bit just to meme around, but a brake slide is essentially getting speed, holding target and ESS down, and then releasing target to do an extended brake slide. And what that does is makes Link's speed negative. And you can do something called an Epona slide by pressing R and releasing R and pressing A in the next frame. And you'll slide with that same speed that Epona has, and then you can brake slide out of it. So if I don't mess up, okay, I did. You can get a very fast brake slide out of an Epona slide if you. There you go. Well, you saw for a second there, but Link's speed gets negative, and it's
Yeah, you're effectively giving yourself Epona's speed to begin with, and then what a brake slide can do is retain that speed mostly. It's minimizing its decay rate. So you're able to hold it for an amount of time proportional to the quality of your extended super slide position, your ESS position, that lets you just go wee for a while. If you hold it well, it can go for I've gone for like a minute.
Yeah, I struggle to get ESS on this newer controller.
Oh yeah, you had one of your controllers literally break in half.
Yeah,
Like the board broke in half, and I've never seen that happen before.
Yeah, I dropped the controller and then it stopped working. I'm like, this is weird. So I switched to my Smash Ultimate controller. And then the next day I tore the controller apart, the one that broke, and saw that it was just in two pieces. And I'm like, that's not supposed to be like that.
Yeah, no,
So then
that's not
I
normal.
Bought a new one.
Like you
It has
showed
been
the
like
picture to me,
$70
and I
for a
was
new
like,
controller.
what?
Yeah, it was. I was like, I'm like, maybe I can figure out why it's not working. Well, I figured out why,
Yeah.
but
That's a good
I
reason
feel
for
like-
it not to work.
I feel like you dropped it in the rumble motor, because the rumble motors in like the GameCube controllers are placed in the back center of the controller, and they're very hefty. It feels like it might have been already loose, and it just like cracked the board when it got dropped or something. I have no idea.
yeah, I'm not entirely sure how it happened, but the next thing that we're going to be showing off is, if you're familiar with Wind Waker, you're probably familiar with door storage, or just storage in general. I don't want to be a wolf. So what I did there
Your
was,
sword here.
yep, you can do it when coming out. So if I enter this door, there's no load zones obviously, so I won't go anywhere. But if I draw a sword, or really any item works, and then open the door again, that's all it takes. For some reason, Link's hitbox, it's super small. So see, I basically be clipping into stuff.
Oh yeah.
And you might think this is super useful. You would be entirely wrong. But it is funny to do. And I've gotten some items in rando using it before, but we can use it to get up onto not that creative way to get up top here. Let's see if I can get a specific spot on here. I didn't get the slash. Also, move link I think breaks it, but basically that
You will
roll.
also just fall through that thing if you're moving too high of speed.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. But basically, you would have been able to get all the way up top there, and there is a silver rupee in this bell.
Really?
What? Oh, it's not now because of it's only there if you do Goron Mines or KB1, which in an
King
any
Gold
percent
one.
run. Is it just King Gold? I thought it was one or the other.
You just said KB, and we haven't actually said what
sorry.
KB is this entire time. But it's both. It is
Okay.
one of the ones that is a double requirement of both
Okay.
Goron Mines and... No, it is just KB1. Because it's done in bite routes.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just a funny way to get up there. You can get out of bounds in a bunch of places. I could be showing it off for hours where you could just get out of bounds and have fun with it. But the next thing I want to show is... So I didn't actually do Stallard Skip, and I'm not going to now, but I will pretend like I did.
Are you going to... I mean, you could perform Stallard Skip. You can try it. Give it one shot.
I'll give it a shot.
This next part, you need to literally do Stallard Skip to do this without cheating. But you get a redemption, you know?
If I get this first try without a problem, I'm going to be so mad.
Honestly, that'd be the same thing I'd say in your position. Like,
I mean, it's
watch, I got
different.
completely
We don't have
robbed.
run
and-
nerves, so it's different, but...
Yeah.
Of course. Oh well, he got stuck.
Okay.
He would end up in the corner here. But we're gonna pretend I got Stallard Skip. Wow, good job.
Yeah, so you would end up back
Amazing.
here if you did Stallard Skip. Flip through two separate layers of collision. You can go right underneath. What I said was a little bit of a misnomer. There is another thing that can cause this to happen. I got it years ago, the one time, where you clip through. But you can raise the platform without having killed Stallard yet.
Yeah, so
Yep.
it just kind of... He's very tall now.
He is
Look at him
so
go.
tall.
And then you can get really like stubby Stallard if you continue to fight him. This is also a soft lock. You can't like actually beat the game or like, actually beat the boss from here.
Yeah, it will progress to the second phase, but never be able to start it.
But look at him.
Interesting.
Ouch.
He's getting to the point where he could join the little guy's spreadsheet.
Yeah, so like Gilbert was saying, if I was to kill him, the sand would fall, but it's just already raised, and I can't re-trigger it. So, I mean, you could die, and it would spawn you. I think it spawns you. Is that the start of the dungeon? I don't remember.
It would just spawn you outside the door.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, you would have to waste all of your bombs.
there is just a cool fight in general. I like to show it off when I can because Uklis is entertaining, and you'll never see it in any percent run, but you will see it in really any dungeon that does Forest Temple.
Yeah, you will see it in all dungeons run, which means Twilight Princess All Dungeons is a better category than any percent. Uklis is very, very cool. You see this like 50-ish minutes in, or less than 50 minutes in. Yeah, that
It did the thing.
it did the thing. Cool. That happens very rarely.
I've never had that happen before.
I had that happen last week. It was because of the bobbing, like the oscillation of the bobba head.
I had that happen like a month ago.
But this shows why the practice tools are so good, because I could just reload the fight and practice it over and over again.
Yeah, so the other thing, while TGD does this and while it does the phase transition for Ooklis, what we were saying, like after the any percent run was done, was that there's such really good tools. Like we have this mod for the game to be able to do all this practicing. The resources are great. They're honestly fantastic.
Oh yeah.
They are. I had said for years they were unrivaled in how good they are. The Minish Cap community has really good tools as well.
Yes.
Like, they sit at the peak for Zelda documentation in my mind, both of them, in their own right.
Yeah. Like, I always thought that, like, the practice tool for the mod for Link to the Past was also quite good, and then I saw this one, and I was like, that is very good, too. Like, oh my goodness, this is the 3D Zelda equivalent to that, to the Link to the Past practice mod.
Yeah, like, so, like, we, current GZ, we have, you know, 2 different 80% routes, Hundo, all dungeons, no save including glitchless. And we have a large, like, assortment of practice saves for pretty much anything you could really want for it. Like,
Plus the ability to free warp to anywhere that might not be listed. In a
Yeah.
Yep. And then you can also make like a memory file, so you have 20 slots where you can do whatever. So like I have one for Poe Gate Skip because the GZ save has it. Like this is just for a full rep, but say that the GZ save has.
It is.
I'm pretty sure it has you clipped with the bubbles out of bounds already, so you can practice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
you can practice.
Right. You have
So you can practice just this.
Yeah, so you can practice like just the ending.
The moon jump, the moon boots jump.
And bam.
See, that's what I wanted to have happen with good RNG, but here we are.
Right?
But that just, you know, just to kind of paint a good picture of the community in general is just this practice ROM has been inconsequential or invaluable for learning this game
like
as a whole because listen,
Inconsequential.
it's almost
I know
1
what time it is. It's like over like well past 1:30 in the morning, but it's just like hold on. That word means the opposite of what I know you're trying to say. But no, seriously, like I completely hear you though. Like a tool like this is invaluable in learning a run this long, a run this complex, and a run like it makes a difficult run like this or a difficult to approach run like this much easier to approach. Like you can spend time like practicing segments at your own pace, learn the tricks that you want to learn. Like, you also don't have to learn all the skips either. Like you don't have to learn Stallard skip. You don't have to learn Poe Gate skip if you don't want to. Like learn a game at your own pace. And like set your own goals. Like that's a huge thing with speedrunning. A lot of people will pressure themselves into like wanting to be the best or like compete with top times right out the gate or be like, oh, I can never speedrun this because I can't compete for world record. And the answer is you don't have to. You don't have to do any of that. If you look at this and be like, this looks like a ton of fun, I want to do some of these cool things, then do it, you know?
Very well put.
I think the last thing I want to show is there are a few beta rooms in this game.
Ooh, okay.
You can get to through using GZ. So like this is the Dark Hammer beta room. And for some reason it shows arbiters
a lot more. Yeah. So actually I can shed a little bit of light on this because I saw some beta material about a week ago. Beta Dark Hammer was very, very different. It was more like a Lizalfos than what Dark Hammer actually is. and it was a lot more, yellow of an area. I honestly don't think it was even meant to be in Snow Peak.
Probably not.
It kind of is reminiscent of what Beta Arbiter's Grounds looks like, based on some promotional images that you can find for that.
There's also the what's it called? There's the beta camp.
Beta camp, yeah.
I forgot where it was. It was in the desert, but I couldn't remember specifically where it was. So this is, oh, poor guy.
Oh,
He's just
Like-
napping.
I mean, his eyes are open, so he's just kind of chilling, looking like me on a Sunday morning.
So like, I mean,
Always sleep with one eye open.
this is obviously a very low. Like, this is supposed to be. This is a gigantic tent. What?
Yes,
not
it is.
It's not normally that big, but like, if you go out of bounds, or not out of bounds, but like this area, you see just like a different. Like all this is rendered for some
what?
reason. Yeah, like this is all rendered out.
Wow.
Like there's supposed to be a grotto over here. I don't know why this is all rendered, but it apparently is. But there's just what's this?
This is an area that was not used because this is not a shape that we've seen before.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's again, if you're learning the game, having TPGZ is invaluable. So, anyway, I think that is all I have
Yeah.
on the plate that I want to show off for today. Then, yeah, thanks
Thank
again
you so
for
much.
having me on. I greatly appreciate the chance to show off the game anytime I can.
Yeah, and thank you so much for demonstrating a couple of fun glitches and the what the practice mod is capable of, and even showing off a couple of these beta rooms. Communities are capable of creating such incredible content for speedrunning and for speedrun adjacent things. Do catch the other Friday show, not sharing my Friday, but the opposite Friday, Parallel Universe, that showcases a ton of like community-made content, like randomizers or modifications like this or anything like that. That's a really cool thing. And thank you, all three of you. Thank you for being here and showcasing this run. This run is so cool. I was so thrilled to be able to get it on the show. And
Yeah.
and I also want to last second, I want to shout out the Black in a Flash community. They are a community that uplifts and connects Black speedrunners of all levels, hosting special events throughout the year to raise money for charity and celebrate Black voices in the speedrunning scene. You can learn more or apply to get involved at gdq.gg/BAF and follow at blackinaflash.bsky.social on Blue Sky for their latest updates. In fact, Back to Black returns February 5th through the 8th in 2026, and Speeding Through the Holidays is going to be an event running from December 27th through the 28th, and the submissions for that opens on September 22nd, so that's going to be on Monday, and that is the same day that Games Done Queer volunteer submissions close. So definitely take a look at our website to be able to apply for Games Done Queer if you are interested in volunteering for that event before Monday. And then on Monday, keep an eye out for the Speeding Through the Holiday submissions for the Black in a Flash community. And lastly, thank you all for being here tonight. And remember to look after yourselves and your loved ones. Drink some water, stretch your legs, eat a snack, take your medicine or your vitamins if you need to. And remember, you are valid and deserve the best. And the world is a better place with you in it. If you missed out on the premiere of Fast Travel or Passion Project, do stay tuned as we replay both shows right after this. And you can tune in tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern for Make Your Own Victories. And if you stay tuned after that show, Savage Octagon and JPEG, our host leads for mainline events, will be doing a special Q&A session about hosting for GDQ 2026, because that's on the way too. So I will see you all on the other side. Have a great night.